you get banned for anything on when your page is smaller. You get banned for anything. But I got banned on the other page. I don't know what the fuck I said.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
That was ridiculous.
I was talking to people last night very similarly. Somehow got banned.
You can tell he's the type to report, though.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what the other people you're talking to sounded like, but this guy sounded like the type to report.
Oh, yeah.
Was he white?
I don't know. I think he was.
You're lying?
I think he was.
Huh?
So, yeah, I think he was. All right. Can y'all hear me on YouTube? Give me a thumbs up. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I got banned for a week on my I got banned for a week on my main page, yeah. Okay, we good. All right. So I'll be back next Monday on my main page, apparently. I don't know. I don't even know what I said. I'm still trying to figure out what I said, but I don't know. Usually when you say stuff, I'm like, all right, cool. I didn't get a warning. I didn't get nothing. I didn't get flagged. I just got... That was crazy. Yeah, this is live. I don't know. I was just talking to some dude. He got up there lying. It was crazy that I got my page reported when he said that I shouldn't be allowed to procreate, but I got banned for what? I didn't even say, what did I say that was hateful? I didn't understand. I didn't tell. All I said was when he said he was 25 years old, I said he was a child just because he was young, but that was it. But I don't know. Don't know what I said. But anyways, here we are. Here we are. I appealed it and they said no. So I need to talk to somebody for real. Does IG have similar feature you could use? The IG is trash though. I couldn't see. He tried to tell you. He tried to tell me what? Oh, I said he was stupid. Oh. Yeah. Anyways, we bike. It's all good. Oh, we said man when. Okay. Kay said Parker and them get 5-minute bans. I used to only get 5-minute bans. I used to only get 15-minute bans, but now I'm back to getting week bans. So I don't know what happened, but every time I do that, my page gets set back a lot. So it's annoying. Very annoying. Yeah, that was crazy. He was in there lying like a motherfucker. Well, I'm not understanding. Why can't I do... I wonder if I could do super chats over there. I don't know. I never know why I get kicked. I never know why I get kicked, but I got kicked. So we're going to find out. Yeah, the viewers was going up, but it's okay. We're going to figure it out. Somebody paid $100 to drop Jalazzy. And whose box? Who did they drop Jalazzy? I don't know what lie she was on. $100 to drop her. Damn, that's crazy. I wonder who paid it. They couldn't take it no more. That shit better be at least for a week. Yeah. She was back on her bullshit today. They said no similarities. That's what I got flagged. I mean, I got booty. I got booty Jeff. I got banned for a week, so I'll see y'all on the main page next week. But it's all good. He might be in with the with one of those people though, with the agency. The agencies be getting you like unbanned. So and I'm not with an agency because I don't know nothing about it, and I'm like afraid to like sign up with them because I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. Yeah, that was crazy. Anyways, I definitely want to talk about this. We're gonna talk about this. It's gonna be interesting. I still want to talk about it. I'm waiting. Maybe on my backup we'll get different people too. That's the funny thing. Um, I'm very curious. I wanna see what's going on. I want to know how. Want to know what the deal is. Smell like something outside. Hello.
I had to come in because you know what's funny is that people just really truly be making up the craziest shit about you, man. Like I'm from LA too. I've been following you a long time, but I'm from the east side. I'm from 109th Street.
Oh, okay.
But the crazy part is, how can you compare you to Derrick? First of all, there is so much of a difference. Derrick was actively cheating on his girlfriend. Like, and everybody had proof. Everybody had literally could vouch for the fact that the nigga was lying. But, like, I'm trying to understand what the comparison is. You chocolate. I mean, he chocolate, you high yellow. Like, you know
Yellow.
what I mean? Like, like he got a, you know, like, you know, he got this whole like internet persona where he's trying to change women's point of view and all that stuff. Your attention is 100% towards men.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just don't think the comparison, but I don't know. I was on that live with Wireless when I heard her say that, and it just was just mind-boggling how many women I think just have a low-key hatred for the fact that you have a white woman. That's it. And it don't have nothing to do with nothing. It don't have nothing to do with who you are, the validity of what you say. You a real man to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I would never ever vouch for nobody, but from what I see, I think you a good person, and I think you should just kill the noise because it don't even match. It doesn't even have no validity. So anyway, I got you 100%.
Appreciate you. All right, have a good day. Nah, see, I'm not even responding back to them or to her. I mean, whoever said it, I don't even know, but I've been called this like to my face many a times. And then so I'm gonna tell y'all. So I've been called Derrick Jaxn many a times in these spaces, many a times. And yeah, I guess I'm like, I've been called light skin before recently, and I'm like, only on TikTok have I ever been referred to as a light skin. I don't know. But yeah, so anyways, I've been called Derrick Jaxn many a times in these spaces. I from what I saw, from the limited videos that I've seen of him, I never got that we had a similar message at all. I'm just talking about his ideology, right? I'm just talking about his ideology, right? And his approach. So his approach and his ideology. That's what I would talk about. He was a cheater or he's a cheater and all of that stuff, whatever. That's to me, that's besides the point. That's not even what I'm referring to. I'm just talking about our ideologies, right? Because I think the thing we'll remember most about Derrick Jaxn, or let's say like a generation, a half a generation behind us, they'll just see his internet persona. Like they'll just see the shit that he said. So they're not gonna know about all the cheating shit. They're just gonna listen to his message. You know what I mean? He was for the patriarchy. He was very patriarchal. Derrick Jaxn was very much perpetuating stereotypical gender norms. He was very much he was a very Christian, Christian guy or whatever you want to say, a believer, a follower, all of those things. So I never got that. I didn't understand the connection because I'm not any of those things. Like I don't ascribe to any of those ideologies. I just was I was wondering when as all the times I kept getting called Derrick Jaxn, I was like, I was like, why do they keep saying that? Like to myself, I would never ask I would ask them, and then they would never be able to explain it. And then I was like, well, I seen a couple of videos. He would just be like saying, like, like, hey, you want to know 5 ways your man is cheating on you? Here's how you find out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, yeah, I don't ever talk about shit like that. I don't, that's irrelevant to me. And he so every time I would hear that, every time they would say that, I was like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck y'all be talking about. He sound like, he don't sound no different. Like Betty was saying on the other live, he doesn't sound any different than any of the guys on this app that are red pillars, because all of their content is talking to women. Like, I don't understand that. As a red pillar, why are you talking to women? Like, I don't get it. Why do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. I don't get that shit. It's weird to me. It would seem like you guys would be on the thing that you guys claim, which is building men up, right? Because they always say that. When I say red pill ideology is not about building men up, it's about tearing women down. They go, no, that's not what it's about. It's about building men up. But somehow, some way, I never hear red pillars actually building men up. They're always tearing women down. They're always trying to address women. Oddly enough. Right? They always prove they prove me right in real time, constantly. So I'm listening to, I watched this video, like I told you guys, I watched this video by FD Signifier, and he brings up Derrick Jaxn. He plays like a few clips of his. He talks about his ideology. He tells his whole story from beginning to end, pretty much, right? He does a little succinct little synopsis of his story. And at the end of it, the conclusion I came to was, how in the fuck am I like this? Like, what are y'all talking about? What are you talking about? And I came to my own conclusions. So a part of my conclusion is they hope I'm like Derrick Jaxn. They don't actually think I am Derrick Jaxn. They might, because they're stupid. But more than that, they hope I'm like Derrick Jaxn. They hope that somehow, some way, someday I'll fuck up, or whatever the case may be, right? So they're hoping for that. They hope that I am like him, right? In not in our ideology, but in our personal lives. They want to find out that I'm cheating, I'm beating, I'm doing whatever to my wife, right? That's what they're hoping to find out. But that, and I think that's why I be like talking the way that I be talking, because you ain't got shit. So you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all ain't got shit. And I can control my actions, which I talk to men about all the time. Like, I don't have to do anything. I don't ever have to react to anybody. You know what I mean? How much to put somebody on mute? We ain't mute nobody. So that's the thing that I found. And then another part of it is they compared my audience, the bulk of my audience. They say, oh, his audiences are similar, right? But and that's just the optics of it. All they see is black women, and they go, oh, black women, they think of black women as all the same. All black women are a monolith to them. And so they blanketly applied the idea that if black women are following me, then these must be the same black women that were following Derrick Jaxn. But once again, from what I can surmise, and from what I have found out about that man's platform, I don't think that the women that follow me actually follow Derrick Jaxn to any real extent. I'm not saying they never liked any of his videos. I'm not saying, I don't think they were actual, like, I haven't heard any, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that makes sense, because to me, a lot of the women who follow Derrick Jaxn were very much like male-centered, pick me-ish, if not pick me adjacent type women. You know what I'm saying? How do I avoid picking a bad man? Blah, 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 blah. A lot of the women that follow me don't even give a fuck about a man. Right? A lot of my friends, a lot of my mutuals, they don't give a fuck about a man. They really don't. They don't even care about the man they got. And I don't mean that like they don't love him, but like they not out here like trying to bend over backwards and cartwheel for the man that they got, let alone for some unknown man that's supposed to fall in their lap. I don't hear women talk. The women that I talk to, they don't talk about vetting. That's not a conversation that we typically have. Now I could be wrong about this because I do know this about this app. I have seen this in real time. Women, people will act one way in one live and act another way in another live, right? So I'm only going off of what I've experienced in my lives. That's it. So in my lives, when the women are in here, we don't have conversations around vet. The conversations we have around vetting is you can't vet. That's the conversation around vetting. Right? That's the conversations we have around vetting. The conversations we have don't have anything to do with choosing better or anything like that, or how to catch a man cheating, or like we don't have any of those types of conversations. So either the women in here are masking because they really want to have those conversations, but they're just in here for some odd reason because they just want to see me cook red pillars, which could be true. But I don't believe that. I think they're in here because our ideologies very much align in so many ways, right? That's what I believe. That's what I like to believe, at least. So they just see a bunch of black women and they go, oh, these are the exact same black women that rocked with Derrick Jaxn. So they think all black women are alike, right? But if you told them all men, they would say, not all of us, but when it comes to black women, it's all black women. Cool. We know they don't really, the brain ain't really all the way functioning. Okay. So that's what prompted me to say this. I can't choose my audience. I can only choose my message. I can only choose my message. This is my message. Whoever comes and listens, that's it. That's who it is. That's who's here. If you show up, you show up, right? I'm not inviting anybody to come. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like as a group, I'm not like, oh, I want this group of people to come. Well, I'm sorry. That's a lie. I would love for there to be more men in these rooms, in these spaces, because those are the people that we need to talk to the most. So of course I want more men in here. Of course, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. That's what I want. That's my ultimate goal. That's who I really, really want in here. But they run away. They don't want to be in these spaces. And that's fine. That's their choice. That's perfectly okay. I'm perfectly okay with that. Right? You can't make them come. But like Kevin Costner said, if you build it, they will come. They do be watching though. That's what I'm saying. They do be watching. They definitely watch. So that's another reason why I do it, because I know they're lurking. But they don't watch me closely enough though. I got to be honest, because they say stuff about me that if you actually watch me, then you would know that wasn't me. Right? Like I don't even like, a part of me is like they're lying on me, but also a part of me is like they really don't know anything about me, and so they're forced to make up stuff about me, which ultimately is a lie, but it's different than they heard me say or they know something about me is true and then they go against it deliberately. But like I don't know that. I don't even think they do that. I think that they just don't know jack shit about me because they aren't really in here, and then they just make shit up because they have to have something to make. They have to have something to hang to justify their dislike or hate or pushback or whatever, right? So that's what I think. That's what I get from all of this stuff. Anyways, with all that being said, what I'm saying is that men, these men and women who have said this, because I've been caught this by a few women too. The people who say this, they don't really ever have a justification. And so what I'm offering is an opportunity for you guys to tell me and show me how and why I'm like this man. Because I don't know much about him. So I will defer to you. If you're the Derrick Jaxn president of if you're the Derrick Jaxn fan club president, then fine, so be it. Tell me what I'm missing. Because maybe I'm missing something. Beatty said that I'm more like Kevin Samuels in my approach, not in my ideology, but in my approach. And I would agree. I didn't model my platform after him because he ain't the first person to do that. But my brashness, the way that I talk to people, you know what I'm saying? My condescension, my tone, things of that nature, 100%, I will say is similar to Kevin Samuels. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Right. I can see that. And once again, that's another person I didn't consume a lot of, no Diddy, but I got the gist, and I've seen way more Kevin Samuels content than Derrick Jaxn. Like I've barely seen Derrick Jaxn content, but I've seen a ton comparatively to Derrick Jaxn. So I'm just trying to find out where it is. Just trying to find out. Let me check some of these comments in here. Is there any pushback going on? Nope, I don't see any. Just trying to see. I'm just trying to see. So I guess, I'm deferring to the people who know of Derrick Jaxn more than I do, because I don't know about him. He is taller than me. He's like 6'4". I'm 6 foot. So what up, madam? Nope. Yeah, oh, they're saying you're echoing. I don't hear an echo for me.
Is that better?
Yep. For me, I'm not gonna answer. I'm gonna let them answer because I don't hear it. So I don't know what it is. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back on the backup this week, apparently, because TikTok is some haters. They really make me want to join one of them things. Oh, I got banned. Yeah, I'll be on the other one. He is fit. Yeah, that he is.
All right, my bad. No, I'm still echoing.
You're still echoing? You can hear it?
I'm still echoing.
Damn. You swiped out of the app?
I did. I swiped out.
Damn.
It is what it is.
Oh, they said I got to mute. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, go ahead. Oh, go. Go.
Okay. All right, perfect. I think the reason that they compare you is because, like you said earlier, you have a large women audience, and Derrick Jaxn did too. But the biggest thing is, even though you're talking to men, because you have a female audience, they look at it as you're telling the secrets of men, just like Derrick Jaxn did.
Mm-hmm.
He told how he was talking to women about how to spot fuckboys, basically. And you're talking to men, but because you're talking to men and women are listening, it's like, no, you can't tell the women that these things are going on with men. And so for them, you two are saying the same things, but basically because you have a woman audience and the secrets of men are being spilled. All those two separate messages.
Mm.
And I just want to point out, like, my thing is, even let's say, God willing, this doesn't happen. But let's just say something does happen and we find out that you in the back doing some sneaky stuff, right? It doesn't change the message. What it does is actually solidify your message that you were right about men, just like with Derrick Jaxn. Who better to tell you about who a fuckboy is than another fuckboy, right? So it doesn't, just because we were listening to Derrick Jaxn, he was literally telling us everything that he was doing, which means he was right.
Mm.
So it really doesn't change the conversation. And I never followed Derrick Jaxn, but it didn't change the conversation. All we know now is that Derrick Jaxn is right. And so while you're 100% correct, they want you to be like Derrick Jaxn in the face of like what happened to him. Even if that did happen, it still doesn't change your message. All it does is say public was right. Men are trash, and and that's not what you say, don't get me wrong, but like these are the things that men do, and he just verified it even more because he did it too. Like, it doesn't change the message. So that's like my only confusion about it. There is just really like Derrick Jaxn's message doesn't change. All it is verify that he's right, because who's better to tell us about this than another man that's doing those things?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what I think it is.
I agree. And I said something similar to that, even because they were talking about Derrick Jaxn. I was like, but what did y'all actually disagree with? Like the men, when people would say that, I'm like, okay, cool. So Derrick Jaxn was trash and blah, 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 blah. He was a hypocrite and all of that stuff. But what about his message did you disagree with? Because I don't know. Once again, he was just saying like, in some regards, I do say stuff like about how men mask, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I don't tell how to spot it. I just acknowledge that men be masking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I'm just giving the confirmation, like, yeah, no, men be masking, men be lying, men be changing, men be da-da-da-da. I don't be like, and this is how you spot it, ladies, because I honestly be thinking that you guys already know. Like, in real time, I be thinking y'all know a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying like the whole time, but definitely at some point, I think women be like, okay, this fool lying, but oh, whatever. Let's see if we can work it out. I got a kid with him. Let's see if we can work it out. We're already married. Let's see if we can work it out. And then they go to the man and they go, hey, I want, can we, I got some things that we need to grow on, that we need to kind of work on, we need to fix or whatever. And then can we do that? And then the man goes, yeah, I'm willing. Yeah, I didn't even know. I thought I was the same this whole time. No, you definitely changed, since we had the kid or whatever. Oh, okay. And then they do that for a period of time, and then they stop, and then the woman is like, hey, I need for you to keep doing what you were doing before. And then he goes, oh, okay, I didn't know. And then he does it for a shorter period of time the second time, and then and it just gets less and less, and then eventually she gets tired of fucking reminding him or having to tell him, and then and then until eventually she leaves, and then he goes, why did she leave me? But that's typically what I be seeing.
Yeah, but I think the biggest part about Derrick Jaxn was that when it comes to the message, when I would see men try to go against his message, basically what they would say is, if y'all listen to him, y'all are going to end up single. And it's the same thing they say to you. Women, if y'all listen to public, y'all don't end up single. And that's really like all you all are doing is saying, don't listen to this man. Go and be with these men and let these men treat you like anything. That's literally like they never had a retort, just like they don't have a retort for you. They didn't have a retort for Derrick Jaxn. All they said is don't listen to him because you all are going to be single. So basically what you're saying is just, oh, let these men do whatever they want to do to you. And so this is why they compare, because although the messages again are completely different, it spoils the things that men want, the way the men want to treat you. It just spoils that for them, and so they just don't want us to listen. And that's really what it is. Messages are completely different, but it's the same outcome for them in their minds. It's the same outcome. But that's it. That's all I have.
Hey, madam, I appreciate you coming up, and I 100% agree. There's some guy on here. Let me see. Raynard Beasley, who I think probably is a teenager, but I'll talk to him. He says, I be trying to hear him out, but he cater way too much to women. Who are you talking about? Raynard, are you talking about Derrick Jaxn? Because Derrick Jaxn caters way too much to women, as far as I'm concerned. But it's fine. No, I mean, I don't care that he does that, but to me, he caters way too much to women. Personally, for my personal taste, I don't. I think men should just stay out of women's business, generally speaking. But that's just me, and that doesn't mean that men shouldn't help women. I'm just saying, like, we shouldn't be thinking that we have like this like insight, or whatever the case may be for women. That's what I think. No, don't listen to him because he just tell you what you want to hear. He's saying that this brother is saying that I tell women what they want to hear. I will agree with you. I do tell women what they want to hear. No, I do. It's not. I'm going to break it down for you. I do tell women what they want to hear because I tell women the truth, and women want to hear the truth. Like the women that are in these spaces, they want to hear the truth. So I do tell women what they want to hear. That's exactly what women want to hear. They want to hear the truth. I tell them the truth, and then they go, "Knew it. I knew it. I knew that's what was going on. I knew it." Yeah. So you're right. I do. You're right, Reynard. I tell women the truth. Reynard says, I don't speak to men. But the craziest thing is if you go on my page and if you go to my YouTube and if you be in my lives, who am I speaking to? Once again, I'll repeat it for you. I can't choose my audience. I can only choose my message. Right? Now, I know, by the way, I do think I understand that I do have a level of control over my audience. Meaning, I know that if I were to switch my message and talk about things that didn't align with my actual worldview, that I could attract a more broad audience. I could attract more men because women are going to be there regardless, right? It's just gonna the type of women that would come to my lives would switch. Women are going to show up regardless. They're going to show up regardless. If I started if I turned into, if I started talking that Kevin Samuels bullshit, or if I started talking that Derrick Jaxn stuff, or whatever the case may be, that what's that dude on here, Poppy, that one dude, Poppy, or whatever his name is, Papa Don or Poppy Don or whatever. If I switch my message and I started talking about that, my audience would change. uh the women who think like this now would not be in here. It would be replaced by a different group of women, but there still would be a lot of women in here. But there would also be a lot of men in here because the difference between men and women is a lot of times in these spaces, women want to hear the truth, men want to hear a lie. Women will rather hear the ugly truth, men will rather hear a pretty lie. So yeah, if I started to lie and say that, if I started to come in here and started going, it goes both ways, and women are just as culpable for all the problems in the world as men, and what about paternity fraud, and women's tongues be cutting deep, and women are more abusive than men, and blah 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 blah. Like if I started to do that, right? If I started to do that, women don't allow men to lead. We don't care about your degrees. We don't care about your jobs. We don't like your wigs, your weaves, your lashes. Yeah. If I did that, if I changed my message, the audience would change, and it would just grow. It would just be more. It would be the same amount. If I think there might even be more women in here, but then there would also be a bunch of men in here. That's the only difference. So that's why I find it very funny when they make these comments. Untamed. Who is Untamed? Let's see. Let's see if Untamed will come up. Untamed, come up, brother. I don't want to. I don't want to. I want you to be able to live, but I also will mute you for the duration of the live. But I do want you to come up and say it with your full chest, brother. You can't have a picture of Martin Luther King as your avatar and be afraid to talk to a man. All right, we gonna mute him. We gonna mute him. Y'all can't be in here tapping because I'm talking. I don't want to talk to y'all and read all these fucking comments. Let me see. Reynard says he's listening. Yeah. And what are you hearing? Reynard says, I don't speak to men. And that's the thing I don't understand. That's how I know you guys don't want to accept the truth. If you think that I'm not talking to men, then you don't want to accept the obvious truth. That's all I'm talking to is men. Those are the people that I want to talk to the most. I talk to women a lot, right? I talk to women in other spaces. I go on other people's lives. I talk to women all the time, right? I go on my mutuals lives and platforms and we just talk. I'll be up there talking to women all day. We can have a whole live. Y'all didn't see me in a bunch of people's lives, right? Mostly women. But when I come on my platform, I want to talk to men specifically because I believe that men have the most work to do. And I believe that men hold the most, we hold the most power and we hold the keys to dismantling these systems of oppression. So I want to talk to men about it. And I think that the women are already there. Even the pick-me's, you know, even a lot of the pick-me's, even a lot of the male identified women, I think a lot of them would actually ride with us. You know what I'm saying? If there was more of us riding, you know. But they don't really see the benefit in it as of now. They just don't see the benefit in it. Reynard, the men are here. You don't know how these apps work, huh? Clearly. The men are here. The men be in here. The men be in here. The men be in here. They be listening. They be lurking. They be listening. And once again, it's not my fault. I want to tell you this one more time, sir. It is not my fault if men aren't like the way that I look at it is that I am serving like fruits and vegetables and whole grains, and that's my menu, right? Like that's what I'm serving up, right? But most men are addicted to junk food. Most men want to eat Popeyes. Most men want to eat motherfucking Cheesecake Factory. Most men want to eat McDonald's. Most men want to eat In-N-Out, Whataburger, whatever the fuck else, Waffle House. That's what most men want to consume. But I'm serving water. I'm serving low sodium chicken with no skin on it. I'm serving vegetables. I'm serving the shit you need to live, right? I'm serving that shit. So yeah, my spot ain't going. I'm not gonna have a line out the back. I know that I'm not gonna have a line out the back, but it doesn't mean that that don't got nothing to do with what I'm serving. How you mad at me? You're mad at me because the men don't want to come and get a serving full of broccoli. They don't want to eat a fucking salad. You mad at me? How am I gonna make men eat salad? Like you tell me. How do I appeal to men more? Look. I'm listening. I'm open to any man that wants to have this discussion as well. Tell me how I can appeal to more men without lying and without compromising my message. I'll wait. If you guys can explain to me, if anybody can effectively, man or woman, if you can effectively articulate to me how I can grow my audience, my male audience, how I can grow my male audience without changing my my platform, without changing my message. Oh, QB, come up. You got 507 followers. Oh yeah, come up. Oh my God. I definitely need to have this conversation. I'm gonna mute you for the rest of the live though, but you could come up still, sir. Come on up, QB. Cause that is a full-blown lie. Why would I duck Cartel can barely speak English? Why would I duck Cartel? What would I be afraid of? I went to Cartel. Cartel has never tried to come up on my platform. I just want to be clear. I have been on Cartel's platform several times. Just me. I just go over there by myself. I join his platform. The last time I was up there, I cooked him and he dropped me. That's fine. But I don't, what are you talking about? Tell him to come over here right now. Send this to Cartel, send this to all them dudes that be yapping. Send it to them. This is y'all day. This is their day. I got the pictures up, screenshot it, make a live about it. Like, but I'm sorry. That's what you guys are going to do. Y'all not gonna come over here and have the conversation with me. You gonna screenshot it and say, "Oh, see, it finally happened," right? But like my girl Kay said, you can't spray me with my own tea. You can't spray me with my own tea. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to tell you.
I'm just up here, just.
What'd you say? Your mic cut out, Shan.
Oh, I said I'm just up here to be petty and prove a point. So I'm just gonna sit here silently for as many hours as I want to.
Oh, they said Shan got an echo too. Okay, hold on. They saying everybody got a damn echo.
What is the difference in the fluffy head?
We gonna get to the bottom of it, y'all. Don't worry. They gonna come. Okay. Is there still an echo? Let me know in the chat. Is there still an echo?
Am I still echoing? I don't hear it. No.
It said no echo. Some people said no. Yeah.
I'm up here just to prove a point and just sit here silently because people thought that they shamed me for coming to this platform. When really I'm just busy. So I'm gonna sit here busy silently on this platform.
I gotta figure out a way to get my. I'm sorry, y'all on YouTube. I can't get the. All right, there we go. All right, let me know if this is better on YouTube. Let me know, y'all. So go ahead, BPG.
First of all, every time I see Derrick Jaxn, I get a little irritated because I was aggravated by him from the very beginning conversations that he ever had. Like, I mean, completely out the gate. It annoys me anyway when I hear people giving very basic advice and like touting that as, expert level advice.
Mhm.
Like he would say things like, when you come home, your man should run you a bath and massage your feet, and you should come home to roses. Like there should be no reason why you not being loved properly and blah. And I'm like, duh, like, what does that? Okay, what's the next part? Like maybe I'm not watching the video long enough. Like maybe there's something else. And all of his videos were primarily that. Like, and it felt very juiced up because of the fact that when you have a desire to, you can see through people's BS and what it is they're trying to do and why it is they're trying so hard to appeal to you. And to me, that in and of itself was a red flag. Like, again, giving very basic advice as if it's expert level, saying things that are obvious, consistently repeating things that are obvious, intentionally marketing to the idea of, and I pay attention to people's patterns, even with how they dress,
Mhm.
what it is they choose to wear, what it is they choose to showcase. Like, even if you look at y'all pictures,
Mhm.
and I gotta post the pictures of my son because he went to his graduation. I had to do him his suit and all of that stuff.
Mhm.
His suit, even though it's like his size, it doesn't fit properly. Like it's an ill-fitting suit because of the fact that it's too tight for his body type. Like, and you can tell by how the buttons are fit. Like, why do you have it literally bulging out like that? And again, that's one of those things where you're trying to sort of appeal to the masses, and you know that your audience is women, and you know that your audience is women who want to hear sweet nothings whispered in their ear by a man that they consider handsome. So you tell them things that, you feel like, okay, this will make them feel good, this will continue to have them come back, but it doesn't actually ever have substance. I think the reason why you run into issues, and I used this example last night, and I feel like there's no better example to break this down.
I think that you have very complex conversation about issues that are very real and very present. And because of the fact that people see everything in primary colors, they never get past elementary school age understanding of colors. So all they really can process is
he's calling men bad.
Colors are like green, red, and blue,
right?
Primary colors. So they can't see beyond those three
red,
colors.
Blue, and yellow.
Right, red, blue, and yellow. They can't see beyond those colors. So when you try to explain to them the way systemic oppression works, like the other guy you had on earlier, you kept asking him like, well, systemically, how does that look when a woman is doing things to a man? Like, what systems do women control where she is harming a man? And you know that the answer is really nothing. Like, you know that the answer is nothing. But he can't articulate what that answer is because he thinks that systemic oppression is women being mean to men.
Yeah.
Or women doing things that are harmful to men, which we know exist. Like, we know that those things are true. But patriarchy and systemic oppression in and of itself, sexism, all of those things are very, very magenta. They're very, very cerulean. They're very, very olivey kind of colors that you have to do really deep dives into and intentionally allow yourself to learn consistently in order to understand them. You will not be able to just look at them and go, oh, well, patriarchy is men in charge. Or systemic oppression is women get to be able to divorce men whenever they feel like it. Mm-hmm. That's not the same thing. That's not even reverse oppression. That's not you experiencing what women experience. That's not at all the same thing. And I think that it pisses people off because of the fact that they are frustrated like little kids. Like if you got kids, you know how it is when you're working on homework with a kid and they trying to figure it out, and for whatever reason it ain't clicking, and they start, even as bigger kids, 10, 11 years old, they start to have tantrums because they don't have the verbiage to articulate, I'm frustrated, Dad, because I don't get it. I'm trying to get it and I don't get it. So I don't know.
I be the one having the tantrums. I ain't gonna even lie. Sometimes I be on that, like, if Johnny had 5 apples, that's how eventually it get. I be
it's
like,
the same concept though, because it's like I'm trying to teach you this basic thing and you're not getting it, and it's frustrating me. That is what's happening when you're trying to have conversations with men and they're asking you like, we want you to hold the women accountable. Like, okay, why do you want me to hold the women accountable? Because they just make me so mad. And it's like, I get why they make you mad. I understand that they have the ability to make you mad. What is it that they're doing to oppress you though? Yeah. Well, the thing that they do.
They don't give me no vagina.
What is the thing that they do? That's not oppressing you, dear. What is 1 + 1? If you have 2 blocks, if you have 1 block over here and another block over here, and you put them together, how many do you have? And we oppress them by choosing men that oppress us. So when we make bad decisions and we choose people that harm us, we inadvertently oppress other men who have nothing to do with us being harmed by the men we choose.
That's crazy. Lennox, I don't know if you up here, brother, but your thing is cycling. But I'm gonna go. I was gonna let you go, but I'm gonna go to Darknado first. Yeah, I invited you up. You said it was an interesting topic. It is interesting. Do you have something that you would like to add? You can come back, Lennox. I'll let you back up, brother. I don't know what was going on with your thingamajigger though.
No, yeah. As far as the topic, yeah, it's interesting because Derrick Jaxn just pandered to women. That's all he did the whole time. And the reason I say it's interesting because as far as your platform, I mean, it's cool sometimes, but as far as your platform, you categorize all men the same way that Derrick Jaxn did. And you see how that nigga turned out.
What? I categorize all men. What do you mean?
Okay, so you put all men in the same boat. That's what the same way that Derrick Jaxn did.
I don't though. What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
I don't put all men in the same. What are you talking about? I don't do that.
Okay, so you're basically, your topics are all men do this and women do nothing. That's the same thing that Derrick Jaxn did.
No, that's not what I say though. I don't know what Derrick. That's what I'm saying. I think Darknado. Hold on, wait. I think I'm just gonna tell you what I say because I'm here to get educated on Derrick Jaxn because I don't know what the fuck Derrick Jaxn was talking about because I seen fucking 6 minutes of his videos the whole time since he been fucking on the internet, right? But I watched it. I'm telling you how it happened for me. Why this thing came about was because I'm very much into like lefty politics, and one of my favorite content creators, FD Signifier, did a video and he talked about Derrick Jaxn in the video, and from that I was like, people are saying, I'm like, how the fuck am I like this guy? Me and this dude are nothing alike. And so I'm up here to hear the explanation. Now, you said I say all men. If I show you my last 5 prompts, if any of them say all men, I will give you $100 right now. But if none of them say all men, then I want you to pay me $100 right now. No.
I'll pay you $100. But listen, this is what I want you to do.
Okay.
I want you to watch all of Derrick Jaxn's videos
and
then come to your own conclusion.
I'm not watching all of his videos. I'm not. I don't have the time. I don't have the patience. I don't like the guy. I don't think you've watched all of his content though, because what BPG just described of him and what I saw of him is not what you're saying. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're saying something completely different. That's not what I never heard Derrick Jaxn say. All men are like this. Not in the stuff that I saw. Did you see that, BPG? Because I'm missing something. In all the videos I saw of him, I never saw that he would say all men or any one way. But I also don't, more importantly, I don't say all men or any one way. That is how you interpret it. That is what we call a straw man argument. And this is what happens often, Darknado. You guys intentionally misrepresent what I'm saying because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I can prove it to you. You don't want me to prove it to you. I said I'll show you my last 5. You know what? Fuck it. I'll show you my last 20 prompts. Fuck it, 20 prompts. It don't got to be 5, so we can go back.
Fine, but I'm just saying, okay. This is all I'm saying. I'm saying, okay, so you say you haven't watched his content, right?
Not much of it. But I did. But once again, just so you know, the video that I watched was a deep dive. So he really talked about it from a more holistic standpoint. So it ain't like I needed to sit up and watch a bunch of Derrick Jaxn videos. It was a fucking hour and 40-minute video, and 30 minutes of it was about Derrick Jaxn. He broke him down. I got a good idea of what the man stands for and what he was saying. Trust me, I get it. So I don't think I need to go through and watch hours and hours and hours of this dude's content.
I've actually watched his videos.
Okay.
Sound very, very similar.
Be specific. Tell me something that he says and that I say that are very similar.
No, just like straight up.
No. Tell me, sir, listen, Darknado. What does he say that I say? And what do I say that he says? Tell me.
Okay. So basically, this is what Derrick Jaxn did, right? All his whole component, right, was just speaking about what men do the whole time. The whole time. Okay. So you're missing what I'm Darknado. You're doing that thing. Listen specifically. What did Derrick Jaxn say specifically that I say? Specifically. That's very important. What did he say? What have you heard him say where you was like, oh, but public says the same thing? What? I'm not going to tell you, but you just have to watch. No. You can't tell me. Don't say you're not going to tell me. Because if you could tell me right now, Darknado. Okay, look, bro, listen, this is the thing. If I do say anything, you're not even going to fucking believe me.
I will. I'm not like you, Darknado. I will actually acknowledge it. I'll 100%, bro. I'm not playing with you. If you tell me something that Derrick Jaxn said, and it can be substantiated that he said it, right? Because there's a bunch of people in here that I think watch more Derrick Jaxn than you ever watch. So if they say, yes, he said that, and I agree that that's something that I say, I'll be like, okay, that's fair. Let's go.
I'm not gonna do that.
So who's being disingenuous now? Let's be for real, brother. You know good and goddamn well you don't have nothing.
Hey, bro, I'm not trying to be disingenuous, but if you haven't watched most of his content and you can't realize the similarities and you got it.
Why can't you, Darknado, listen to what I'm saying, brother. Why can't you educate me? I'm asking you to educate me. You have the knowledge. You have the intimate. You know what Derrick Jaxn says, and you know what public says. So all I'm asking you to do is take the next step and connect the dots. That's all I'm asking you to do. Listen to what I'm saying. Because in your mind you've already done it. So all I'm asking you to do is now say it out loud so we all can hear it. What is it?
I can't say it because you're not going to believe me.
No. You don't get to hide behind that. You don't know what I'm not like you, bro. I do not lie. I have no reason to lie. I'm not. I'm brother, I promise you I don't have no reason to lie.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean you're not like me?
I'm not disingenuous. I will stand 10 toes down. If I make an assertion, I will support it with facts. I'm not like you. That's what I'm saying. Y'all not y'all not like us. Like I will 100% everything I say, I will say, Dark NATO, this is why I think you're like Derrick Jaxn. You see what I'm saying? This is why I think you're a panderer to men. And I'll go down and itemize the things that you say that's very much pandering because it's a lie, right? And it's unequivocally not true. And I believe that you are in a cult of man, and I can lay it out for you, right? Like what you're doing right now, how you are comparing me to a misogynistic man, even though I'm anti-misogynist, right? Even though I'm an anti-misogynist, even though I'm against the patriarchy, you're comparing me to a pro-patriarchal, pro-Christian. I'm anti-Christian. He's a pro-Christian. I'm anti-patriarchy. He's pro-patriarch. Like, our ideologies don't align in any way, shape, or form. The only thing that overlaps is the visuals of our audience. And I say visuals because, yes, I have a lot of Black women supporters. But the Black women who support me are not the same Black women who supported Derrick Jaxn. So what I would want from you, go ahead. I'll listen. Go ahead.
That's fair. I ain't gonna say nothing else more. You got it, bro. You got it. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Can I?
Hold on. Wait, BBG. Wait. Give me a second. Let Lennox go. I want Lennox to go. Go ahead, Lennox.
Hey, what's going on? Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. First of all, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Give me an opportunity to come up. I've watched you a few times. You know what I mean? And I think one of the questions you had earlier was, how do you expand like your male audience? And I was kind of wanted to make a comment more so than, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get into a debate specifically.
Yeah.
Respectfully, you know what I mean? I can honestly say that I don't necessarily like you personally as a brand, as a commentator. Obviously nothing personal. I don't know you personally, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But as like someone, that's a content creator. I'm not the biggest fan of you, but I have to respect your perspective, you know what I'm saying? And the way you deliver your information. I believe that it's a challenge to men, you know what I mean? I believe it's a challenge to men, and I think that it's right, and we need to have those spaces to allow for that. You know what I mean?
That's it.
I think that.
Oh, Lennox, real quick before I forget. And I'm just curious. So why don't you like, because you don't know me personally, like you said, so it's not a personal thing, but what don't you like?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So what don't?
One of those things, I think it's one of those things when you have different teachers teaching the same material. Mm-hmm. I think some people may just gravitate to a certain professors or teachers, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Based on whatever, you know what I mean?
And who do you gravitate towards that is in the same vein, same lane as me?
Not Derrick Jaxn.
me and Derrick Jaxn aren't.
I would never.
Yeah, no. I know. Me and Derrick Jaxn, Lennox. Me and Derrick Jaxn aren't in the same lane. So I'm saying, who do you gravitate towards that you feel like is in the same lane as me?
I'm not sure who is in a similar lane with you, man. The only person I could, from the bits and pieces that I've seen, I don't get a chance to consume in depth like that. Mm-hmm. But I think when Kevin Samuels is addressing men, mm-hmm. not Kevin Samuels addressing women. Mm-hmm. When Kevin Samuels is addressing men, mm-hmm. and challenging men to be better, mm-hmm. I think that draws some similarities.
And what is there? And what is an example of something that Kevin Samuels would say to men to make them to challenge? Because I'll give you an example of what I heard there. Kevin Samuels say to men. He told men, "Don't lead with your dicks, lead with your wallets." Do you think that's something? From what you know of me, do you think that's something I would ever say?
I doubt it. I don't know if you would use that type of language. You know what I'm saying?
I would never tell men to lead with their wallets because I'm trying to get men to be seen as human beings and be seen by more than their penises or their wallets. I'm trying to get men to be seen and see themselves as human beings, right? So me and Kevin Samuels, and I've said this earlier. I agree that our format is similar. How I bring people up and I talk to them and I engage with them and I'm brash and you know what I'm saying? I'm my condescension and all of that stuff. And I'm quick-witted and all that stuff. I try to make it entertaining, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm mixing the entertainment with the education, the edutainment, right? If you will. But our messages are completely different, just like Derrick Jaxn and my message is. And you said, and the thing that I'm trying to figure out though is, what don't you actually like about my platform? Because you said you don't like it. So I'm trying to find out what don't you like, but because at the same time you said it's needed. So what don't you like about it?
like I said, I think it's just for me, it's just a delivery, and maybe I'm a big hip hop guy. So if a MC's voice is not appealing, I don't even want to hear what they talking about.
Bet.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like a general. I don't think it's anything. I think some of the men are affected personally because we do carry so many wounds. You know what I'm saying? And so many mother wounds. And I think you open that up with a a chainsaw. You know what I'm saying? there's zero coddling, there's zero, and when men are asked to be super real and open up, I think they desire somewhat of a safe space to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those things, man. Men are really big babies, bro. A lot of us, you know what I mean, are just wounded.
Yeah, so,
you know what I'm saying? And it's hard to have those conversations, especially in front of women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was one thing, it was like a men's group, and we could really just, you know what I'm saying? I think that's part of it as well, being in front of the women, you know what I mean, and having to expose yourself and what you actually think. You are highly intelligent and all of the other characteristics you mentioned. And when you smart, loud, black as hell, it intimidates everybody. You know what I mean? And it puts everybody on the defense. And that's why you got dudes coming up to the mic and they immediately, you know what I'm saying, like fighting for their life as soon as they get up here. I've heard you engage with some different people.
Yeah.
Half these people, you should be checking resumes before they even come up there. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't got the time, brother. They want they adults, they get in the box, they gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? Like they gonna have to get in the box.
You have the intellectual capacity to even engage you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you are like really stratospheres above a lot of brothers, man, and a lot of dudes. They just younger and don't have as much experience. And they want to tussle it out with you and prove, you know what I'm saying, who's right and who's wrong. And that's gonna be just in general. I'm sure you probably like 99 and 1 or some shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure you have not lost many, you know what I'm saying, debates. And that's great.
I'm Mayfield. I ain't gonna even hold you, babe. I'm Mayfield in this motherfucker. I ain't gonna hold you, but I'm
that's what I'm saying. And
I could be wrong, but I'm Mayfield in this motherfucker.
That's why I don't like you. You know what I mean? Because I'm like that too. I feel like it's very tough. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't read enough on their own. They don't do their own research enough. They don't, you know what I mean? They're not prepared.
But Lennox, hold on, but wait. So my thing though is not to be combative, believe it or not. My thing is to cooperate, right? I try to get men to be more cooperative, but the problem isn't me, it's the men, right? The problem isn't the problem isn't that in my delivery, because you just said that when you, let me ask you, I don't want to presume or assume. Did you like Kevin? And I'm not saying like you got to say you love him. Just generally speaking, did you like Kevin Samuels? You liked his content. You liked it.
I like Kevin Samuels' story, and I really enjoyed the way he addressed the men.
Okay,
you know
so you,
like if you're not working 60 hours, if you're not busting your ass, you know what I mean. If you're not really putting in the work to be that dude, you can't expect that dude, treatment. From black women.
Okay, so
I appreciated that.
So real quick. So you like Kevin Samuels? Okay, cool. That's the thing that I find odd, because a lot of the men who are in these spaces that say like the similar things that you say to me, like, oh, I don't like you, they like Kevin Samuels. And I'm like, Kevin Samuels talked to you very disrespectfully, and he offered you very little in return. Because telling a man he needs to work 60 hours a week to be respected is anti-human. That is not the way to I want you to be a human being. I want you to live a fuller, richer, greater life. Kevin Samuels wanted to turn you into a slave for rich oligarchs and capitalists. I don't like those people. Those people are against men like you and me, right? That's a reason why we're in the position we're in right now, because of men like that. So I want to push back against that system wholeheartedly. Kevin Samuels was like, carve your niche out. Be that man. Work not like, no, I'm of course work hard, but don't work. But also you have to live, you have to exist outside of your work. You have to be more than your work, right? You have to be a human being. So I disagree. I think Kevin Samuels had a terrible message for both men and women. I think it was very destructive. But the thing that Lennox, but the thing, and this could be wrong, but I think the thing that you liked about Kevin Samuels was actually the way that he degraded women. That's what I think, because the things that he said about men. Hold on, wait. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. I mean, you can respond.
No, I gotta stop you right
No,
there.
I'm gonna tell you. No. You gotta let me give you the reason. Let me give you the reason why.
I think the key component, I think the key difference, and I apologize. I think Kevin Samuels brought a bit of a coaching big brother component to it, where it wasn't just japping you up. You know what I mean, with facts.
When he said that black women were scientifically unattractive, when he told black women to let that man cheat in peace, when he would call black women big silver gorilla back linebackers, that was constructive, and they needed to hear that. Like, I'm just being real. Or talking about the size of degrading Lennox, or degrading a man because of the size of his penis. You really think we need that? Because I don't do stuff like that. I don't do that. I literally, the most you might get out of me that's degrading. I may say you're dumb. I may say you're stupid. No doubt about it. But you may actually be stupid or dumb, right? Like that. But I will never dehumanize you. I will never say you're not worth more than the money you make or the paycheck you bring home. I would never put women in a you don't understand that, Dark NATO? I would never put women in a position for them to be harmed, for them to be manipulated, or for them to be abused. Everything that I just said about Kevin Samuels, I heard out of his own mouth verbatim, and I've done lives on it where I played the clips. So nobody can sit here. If you never heard it, go look it up. Like you told me, Dark NATO. If you don't believe me, go look it up. Go look it up. But I heard him say all of these things.
I'm just saying, like, there's multiple videos of Kevin Samuels, right? Like, there's a whole bunch of videos where he spoke to women and men.
But I don't think you understand what I'm saying, y'all. You cannot, the way that this space functions, the way that life functions, you are not judged by the good things you say. You're judged by the worst things you say and do. That's the reality. That's how it works. So if a person it's just like talking about R. Kelly, right? R. Kelly is the greatest R&B artist of all time in my book, right? But he's fucking R. Kelly. So he's fucking R. Kelly. So there you go. So all of his great work is gone now in my mind because he's fucking R. Kelly, because he did what he did. You know what I'm saying? Bill Cosby was a father to many black boys growing up in the 80s. I'm an 80s baby and a 90s child. Bill Cosby was a father to me. He made one of my favorite shows, and it wasn't the Cosbys, because I didn't like the Cosbys that much. But A Different World, that was my shit. I watched every episode, every single season. I'll watch it all over again right now. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. That was one of my favorite shows of all time. Bill Cosby is fucking Bill Cosby, though, right? So everything Bill Cosby said, it don't fucking matter how much money he gave. It don't matter how many how many doctorates, fake doctorates he has. None of that matters. He's fucking Bill Cosby. Diddy went to Howard and did his thing, and they gave him an honorary doctorate. It don't matter how many women's shelters he donated to, how many fucking turkeys he gave out on Thanksgiving, like he's fucking Nino Brown. It doesn't matter because he's Diddy. You see what I'm saying? So please don't say, oh, there's a lot of videos of Kevin Samuels. I don't need to see any of the positive videos as long as I saw the negative ones. All I need to see are the negative ones.
Listen real quick. So this is the thing, right? So at least this is the thing about Kevin Samuels and Derrick Jaxn, right? At least Kevin Samuels had the audacity to have harsh criticism with both genders. That's like, he both did the same shit to both of us, right? Like, that's all he did.
And that was but Dark NATO, that's the problem.
Hang on, wait a minute, let me finish.
Go ahead.
And he had certain criticism, right, about both genders. With Derrick Jaxn, he didn't have that for men at all. He pandered to women just like you are doing. That's a similarity.
I don't think you know what. But Dark NATO. I don't think you know what the word pander means.
Please, can I finish?
Go ahead. You can finish.
Please. You've been speaking this whole time.
I mean, it's my life, but go ahead.
The thing about it is, this is the thing, right, bro? You and Derrick Jaxn have the same ideologies, my nigga. The same. Can you tell me how? Because you keep circling back to that, and here's where the problems lie. Hold on, Dark NATO. Wait. Once again, you cannot make those assertions anymore unless you can substantiate it with some evidence, right? So I won't allow you to get away with calling me a panderer or saying me and this man are the same when I've asked you repeatedly to point out the similarity specifically. I'm telling you, you can't use that language. You're not allowed to. I'm letting you live right now and this is the second time, right? So because I don't have a problem having these conversations. But the issue that I have is when you make the claim and you can't substantiate it.
Because what I just said about, what I just said about Kevin Samuels, I also told you the things that he said. You see what I'm saying? I also supported it by, like I said, now I'm not playing the videos or whatever, but I heard Kevin Samuels say all of those things. I heard Kevin Samuels tell a woman that if her daughter comes to her and says that her boyfriend touched her, that the woman's boyfriend touched the daughter, to not believe the daughter. You gonna ruin a relationship over something your daughter told? That's what Kevin Samuels said. That is harmful. That you don't tell people that. That's very toxic. I heard Kevin Samuels say out of his own mouth that by the Ganache theory, or whatever the fuck that shit is called, that black women are scientifically less attractive than every other group of women. I heard Kevin Samuels say that as well. I heard Kevin Samuels say, don't lead with your dicks, lead with your wallets. These are all things that I heard that man say out of his own mouth. I heard him call a woman I heard him call a woman a fucking linebacker. I heard him say that you don't deserve love because you're unattractive to women. These are all things that I heard this man say, right? So everything I'm telling you about Kevin Samuels, I'm backing it up with facts. Now, all I'm asking for you to do, instead of making a claim and saying that I am this way, you have to show it. You have to prove it. You can't just make the claim, because now you look like the liar. You look like a hater. You see what I'm saying? You gotta support the claim. Go ahead, Lennox.
Before I jump off, man, I want to say I appreciate you, bro. You know what I mean? I love what you're doing. And I
no, you don't.
Keep going.
Lennox, you don't love what I'm doing.
What you do, I think after being on with you, I think I understand what the point of contention is for me. I think you argue like a woman. You argue like a female.
Like I'm wait. But you gotta be specific. What does argue like a female mean? Like I clock y'all.
I don't. You really see, this is part of arguing like a woman.
Like I clock your bullshit. And, hold on, wait. If you mean argue like a woman, you mean I'm clocking your bullshit in real time and I'm not allowing you to gaslight me? Yep, I argue like a woman, because women are smarter than you. The majority of the women I know, the two women on this panel are smarter than both y'all put together. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, you're right. I argue like a woman. That's not a knock. You're bigging me up. But you think, and here's what I was saying, Lennox, you're proving my point in real time. You don't like women. You associate everything negative to femininity and womanhood. You just tried to do it right now. You said what I don't like is that you argue like a woman. What are you talking about? You don't like women. That's what I said earlier. I clocked it earlier. You said, no, I got to stop you there. You proved me right in this live. You just proved me right. Y'all do that all the time. I clock y'all bullshit. I call you out, right? And everything. Hold on, Dark Nato. Hold on, brother. I'll let you go. That be y'all fault. Y'all don't ever recognize that it's not me that you have a problem with. You have a problem with yourself. It's not public. You're not mad at me. You're not, bro. Y'all really like me. You really want to be my friend. You really want me to talk like you. You really want for me to be the voice for men like you. You want me to be that, but I won't. I'm going to clock your bullshit every single time.
Can I just say in my softest, most feminine voice that I can muster up? Women just caught a random stray for no reason, because the only two women up here aren't arguing at all with anybody.
Crazy. Because Rico don't like women. And then not Rico, Lennox doesn't like women. He came up here on some frenemy shit. I clocked it the whole time. I let it go. Oh, what I don't like about you is your voice. Is that what you don't like about me? You argue like a woman. How do I argue like a woman? Because I'm cooking you? So basically what y'all admitting is, when you argue with your woman be cooking you. That's what y'all telling me. When you argue with your woman, what you try to do is you try to gaslight her. She doesn't allow you to gaslight her. She shuts you down. She cuts you off. She cuts you off at the pass. She don't let you manipulate her, right? She asks you to tell her specifically what the fuck you're talking. You have to tell me specifically what you're talking about. You cannot make broad claims and assertions about a person. Not me. You can do that to somebody else. And you can do that on another platform. Like I'm sure y'all all do. When I'm not there, y'all just be in a room talking about public is a panderer. But I'm here now. So how do I pander? You have to tell me how I'm a panderer. What do I say specifically? You have to do that. If you can't do that, then you're lying. That's how that works. Like, I don't understand what's so hard about that. If you cannot show me or tell me or articulate to me how I'm pandering, then you, sir, are lying. That's how it works. Sorry, I don't know how to tell you. You don't get to say look it up for yourself. You don't get to say watch every single fucking video from this dude. You don't get to say that. The only thing you get to say is this is how you pander. This is what you say that I feel like is pandering to women. Not that you're mad because I don't call it both ways, sir. How can I call it both ways?
Bro, if you look up Derrick Jaxn, and then you can do your own analysis. Okay,
I did.
Is that fair?
I did it already, and I'm telling you, me and him are nothing alike. You disagree. How are we alike? Be specific.
Okay. That's fine. Bro. I'm gonna leave. Thank you for having me up, though.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get in there while he was up here because he was struggling real bad. But I appreciate the fact that when I say stuff that I get a chance to not look like a liar, because in real time we saw exactly what I said right before he talked. Like the frustration, the anger over not being able to properly articulate, what it is you're trying to say and the point that you're trying to make because of the fact that you're ill-informed. Like that's literally all that was. Because if you look at Derrick Jaxn's content is tailored to relationship advice.
Only.
And it's only relationship advice.
Yep.
And it's always, like I said, it's always this pseudo-intellectual. It sounds really good because he says it really fast, but it doesn't actually make sense when you really break it down. Most of his content is, how to tell if he's really into you. 6 signs that, he may be cheating, how it is to keep the relationship spicy. These are the red flags that you need to look for if he's not willing to buy you these 6 things. Like that's what his content is. The conversations that we're having here, again, it deals with systemic oppression. Like I know that that's usually a hard thing for people to wrap their heads around, but it is heavily dealing with topics that are much, much bigger than if he doesn't buy you flowers when you ask, then that means he maybe not into you. Or if his ex looks like this, then that means that you have these 6 reasons to leave him. That is Derrick Jaxn content. And if you can't, it's hard for people to grasp like that type of content is not only tailored to women, but it's rage bait for men because men automatically see stuff like that. And I don't know why it pisses them off. I just know that it does piss them off.
Because it applies to them.
I mean,
a lot of them. I'm not saying that it 100%. They don't like. Look, it's 2 reasons. 2 reasons. A, it either applies to them, or they just don't like men in general saying stuff that they know to be true about men in general. They don't like that. That's the problem. It's like, oh, you're saying stuff about men in general. You're exposing the secrets of men in general. Like, if I came up here and said, hey, man, men just be looking for a woman to love. Men really just want to find them a good girl. They don't care about how she look. They just want a woman to love. And that's what I be talking about with all my homies. We all be just talking about. They just want a soft place to lay their head and a warm cooked meal. That's all we want, right? If I got out here and said that about men, they wouldn't say shit. They'd be like, yeah, public, that's the truth. That's what you. But I'm lying, right? But they would say, but they don't have no problem with me saying that. But if I say most men are abusive, then they go, huh? Mm-hmm. What do you mean most men? Well, no way. No, most men, all the men I know is perfect and they don't never do nothing. Really? So you never known a cheater? Oh, so now you saying cheating is abuse? Yep, cheating has always been abuse. Well, yeah, a lot of my friends have cheated. Okay. Everybody don't cheat. You're right. Only about 30% of men cheat. So that leaves about 60-70% of men that don't cheat. Men aren't neglectful. Well, all my homies, I mean, how do you know if men are neglecting their women in a relationship? You're not in the relationship with her, right? Have you talked to the women in a relationship? No, I haven't talked to. So how do you know? Well, I mean, they together. Like, but okay, all right, cool. So we haven't talked to those women in your friend's relationship specifically, but there's 600 people in here. Let's say 400 of them are women. Can we ask the women how many women have been neglected by their man? And if 100 of them say me, and if you just generally keep doing that, you keep repeating that over and over and over again, in every single space you go in with a bunch of women. Jesus Christ, neglect is abuse. Like, I don't understand what to tell y'all. Like,
it's scary though, because if you think about it, even with the whole Me Too thing, like a lot of dudes, at first it wasn't really a scary thing because it was dudes who were committing, rapes and assaults against a lot of women. Like when we first started hearing these conversations, it was dudes who were high-powered men who had taken advantage of droves of women. Like it was always 10, 12 women at a time that they were doing these things to, and they were always talking about like blatant rape and assault, like obvious quote unquote rape and assault. But then when you start moving into the conversation of coercion, then when you start moving into the conversation of, have you ever tried to convince a woman that, if she doesn't sleep with you, then she won't have a ride home, or if she doesn't sleep with you, then you won't pay for her meal. You've invited her to this dinner. You told her it's on the house, it's on you. You tell her, well, now we at the end of the day, I done spent $200. All right, what's happening here? Or if you start having a conversation about spousal rape and all of this other stuff, now you have men shifting and going, wait a minute, that's too far. Hold on, you saying too much. Because then again, like I said, if you have a broad conversation about men in a dark alley, snatching women up by pew pew point in order to take something from them, they like, oh no, that's horrible, that's wrong. But if you say that the same dude that's doing that is similar to the dude who's sitting on the couch and going, come on, nah, we've been knowing each other for a while. We should be comfortable with each other. Like, don't do this to me. Come on, you gonna let me go home like this? Like, please. And he's saying that 5 no's and a yes is still a yes. That those are the same kind of dudes. Now they're pissed, and that's why honestly, that watered down thinking is why they kind of keep getting themselves in trouble with these conversations. Because if I hear any more men talk about how Kevin Samuels had a point because of the fact that he was telling them to get a job and wash up, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. Because that's obvious advice. And the other part that the other dude said, that's why I hate that. I hate that I didn't say this while he was up here. When he said that he was hostile towards, he was giving heavy criticism towards men and women. So it was balanced. So you like the fact that he was being harsh and egregious and unnecessarily nasty and giving terrible advice to both men and women. You don't like the fact that Derrick Jaxn is giving advice to just women about loving themselves and caring for them, blah, 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 blah. But you love the fact that Kevin Samuels is just he's spreading it all around. He doesn't give good advice. He's not saying anything intelligent. He's not telling you anything that's actually helpful to you. You like the fact that he's bullying everybody and that everybody gets a chance to get made fun of as opposed to just one side. That is a weird take.
I appreciate you, Pinky. And they don't even say that though. They turn around and say, "Oh, I like the advice that he gave men." What advice did he give men? To lead with their wallets? Like, he didn't give men, like he gave men the same type of advice that this dude gives women. This dude and Kevin Samuels are very much alike in so many ways. Derrick Jaxn and Kevin Samuels are very much alike in so many ways. In so many ways. It is not necessary. They both gave surface level critiques of men and of men for sure. They gave surface level critiques of men and women. And they told a group of people what they wanted to hear. They told men that it's also these women's fault, that they not that good either, right? Because that's the thing. Oh, he told men that they ain't, that you broke. What do you like? Because none of the men that follow him made $100,000
at all,
right? So none of the men that follow him was a high value man, right? He would say, and if you don't make $100,000, you're not a high value man. So he was dehumanizing these men who were praising him. But they felt comfortable accepting that because he would then turn around and go, you don't deserve love because you're 5'4" and you weigh 220 pounds. Who do you think you are? You have 3 kids. Who do you think you are? You're a single baby mother. You should take whatever comes your way. You should be satisfied with whatever comes your way. You don't deserve. You're not a. He never asked these women, are you honest? Are you forthright? Are you consistent? Do you have integrity? Are you a good? What's your character like? It was never about these women's character. It was always about what they looked like and what their financial circumstances were and what their marital status was, or whatever the case may. It was always that. It was never who they were as people. Ever. He never addressed who they were as people. He would just go. He would be. I've seen clips of Kevin Samuels talking to a woman, and mid sentence he would stop and go, How much do you weigh? What does that have to do with, ma'am, how much do you weigh? 200. How tall are you? 5'1". Ma'am, why are you talking about what you're looking for in a man? You are as big as a scat back in college football. Like, what? What? What does that have to do with who she is? If the woman if the woman feels like she's a good person and she adds a lot of value to a person's life, what the fuck does her weight and height have to do with anything? And if she's willing to hold out until she gets a man that's willing to reciprocate the things that she's willing to give him, who are you to tell her, don't do that? What are you holding out for? That to me is dangerous. To me, that's dangerous. You're putting women, and whoever, to be honest with you, but you're putting women specifically in harm's way. You're setting them up to be abused and be taken advantage of by men, and then you're telling them that when they do get abused and when they do get taken advantage of, they shouldn't expect better because they are 5'2" and they weigh 220 pounds. So you already gave them the reason why they're going to get abused. You already justified why they're going to get abused and why they're going to get neglected and why they're going to get cheated. You already told them going into the situation. Yeah, and why they can't choose, but why they have no. So that is what y'all liked. Men that say you like Kevin Samuels, that is what y'all like. What are y'all going to tell me next? You liked his cologne selections? That's what you watch him hours and hours and hours and hours and hours for, because you liked his cologne selections. Please stop it.
And let's be clear.
Kayomi, I appreciate the Cash. I appreciate y'all. Go ahead.
And let's be clear about what the content was for, because it wasn't just for women. Like that audience, yes, you saw, again, the tailored content that you saw, because he was picking whose interviews would go up. They were very much edited. Like that, we can't say that part enough. But again, if it were just, I saw this a couple of times, if it were just a matter of his opinion and he's giving advice to people and that's what his goal was, there was never a reason for us to have access to that information. He recorded it on purpose. He posted it on purpose based on the fact that it was supposed to be it's I hate to say it's a degradation kink, but it in a way people do draw to that type of content because they like the idea of watching other people who they feel like are less than be humiliated. They like the idea of that. And he understood that his audience enjoyed that. And unfortunately, with a lot of what it is that men sort of gravitate to when it comes to social media, because if you look at Reddit pages, a lot of that is that content.
Yep.
Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, a lot of that is that content. When you look at YouTube, it's unfiltered, unmitigated opinions that are being shared so that they can be hurtful and harmful to other people without any form of, you don't have to have any consequences for it. You could be the kind of man on a platform and you could say these things. He could say out of his mouth on a platform that it is okay for a mom to believe her husband over her child if something happens to that child, knowing that even if he has done this, that there are no consequences for that, because this is just a hypothetical conversation. There is no real just cause there. And other men can get in the content, because if you notice, we see this on TikTok. Other men can get in the comments and go, oh yeah, because age ain't nothing but a number. Oh yeah, because these girls be fast, because this and that, because they can agree with these ideas and honestly out themselves as the kind of people who may or may not do this without having to deal with the consequences of being that Brooke. Thing. That's the other side of his audience that a lot of men don't want to admit. Yeah, you fall into that category.
Yep. Real quick, I just wanted to let y'all know, that's my Cash App. When Prince Hayes comes up, that's my Cash App. I saw you, Bria. I appreciate you. Appreciate the Cash App. Hey y'all, bang the cash app one time. Let's keep the live alive. Yeah, I greatly appreciate it. And Coach Obi, I am going to mute you for the duration of the live. If you can tap, you can yap. If you at work, that's too bad. You can come back on another day and you can come up on the live, but not today, brother. You're in the comments tapping, but you're afraid to come up and yap. So I can't do it, brother. I can't do it. I don't be knowing what to tell y'all. Y'all know the rules, baby. Go ahead.
Hold on, pause. Come back to me.
Yeah. I just be one. Yeah, this is my backup account. I just be wanting to let y'all know if you at work, I'm gonna help you out. Get back to work. Flaws on both sides. What works for them works for them. No. No. Mr. Washington, please come up. Y'all got a lot to say in them comments, brother. Y'all know the game. Come on up.
A lot of tapping, not a lot of yapping in the box.
A whole lot of tapping, not a lot of yapping. I'm gonna need a little bit of that yap. I'm gonna need a little bit of that yapping.
Before he starts though, because I know that might take a little minute. You already know. Public already told y'all, of course, like up the live as always. Just a little housekeeping rule, because I know some of y'all missed the Friday live. The last live Public did a couple days ago. It was only like 400 or 500 of y'all in there. Make sure y'all, if y'all do not like the option here, that y'all are not reporting them, even if they are in the boxes. Do not report them. If you want to drop it off, it's $50 to the Cash App. The Cash App is right up there. Prince Hayes, $50. Public, can you point your finger all the way up for me? Just literally straight up in the air. All right, do y'all see that heart right there? Yep, where Public's finger is. If you have a plus sign, can you all join the team for us? Can y'all make sure y'all are joining the team both on this page and the main page? Is a coin. If you have a coin, it's just one coin. Make sure y'all are joining the team. The more subscribers, the more people interacting with the lives, the more people sharing, gifting, doing all the things, y'all. Of course,
appreciate you, China.
The live. Make sure y'all are doing all the things. Keep tapping the screens. To the new subs, there's no subs on this.
No, we're not doing. Y'all don't sub to the backup page.
Yeah, don't sub to this.
Don't sub to the backup page. It's all good.
To the new subs of the last week, welcome y'all. Y'all gonna get y'all sub stuff back as soon as Public is made page back. But when we get back on the main page, make sure y'all are subbing. Make sure y'all are liking. Like I said, join the team. Joining the team and sending gifts is keeping the live alive. Just don't report nobody in the boxes, because then we got to come to the backup, and then there's less ops in the backup. So we want to stay on the main page where all the ops really are, y'all.
Yes, that's right. Appreciate that, Lux. Go ahead, Mr. Washington.
Point out real quick.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Shan.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to point out real quick back to the KS conversation that that tactic that he used, he didn't create. It's the same tactic that the conservatives use to attract more men to go along with the diabolical shit that they trying to do. Mm-hmm. They give y'all misogyny and hatred of women. They sprinkle that on top of it so you can close your eyes and be blind to all of the negative things that they want to do that also hurt you. And that's the same thing that KS did. He told you just enough. He got on men just enough for you to feel like, oh, okay, he's being unbiased, he's being fair. But really, he was just dragging women, and you turned a blind eye to what he was doing because it made you feel better about how he was dragging women. He got that from the conservative party. They do the same thing.
Yeah, and Cam Sanders definitely was a conservative. He was a Trump supporter. All right, go ahead, Mr. Washington. I brought you up to address your comment when you said that they're like wrong on both sides. What is that? I don't understand that. What do you mean?
Flaws on both sides.
I know. What do you mean?
What works for that individual works for that individual. That's all I said.
I know, but what I don't understand. What was the relevance of that?
The relevance of it is similar to yours, just an opinion.
I know. I'm saying it's not.
That was just an opinion.
I know.
So just like for your taste buds are gonna be your taste buds, and what works for you works for you. I'm not gonna point out whatever is. I may see flaws on your side. You may see flaws on my side. Mm-hmm. Whatever works for you works for you. I'm not gonna say you should change and do these things. Things that are common, I can agree on that. But other than that, other than the common stuff, no, I leave that other stuff alone.
But
individually,
yeah, but.
What are the sides?
Yeah, I appreciate you, T. Williams. Thanks for the Cash App. Go ahead.
Mr. Washington, what are the sides that you're referring to?
It's whatever your lifestyle is, your makeup, your lifestyle, all of that in totality. You individually.
So if
you realize you're not saying anything, right? I just want to
based upon your understanding, I can accept that. I'm still alive.
You're saying they're wrong on both sides. What are the sides? Whatever on both sides.
What did you not understand? I said whatever works for him. So like Mr. Public Offender, right? He has his lifestyle. He has his opinion on how he should be and how others should be. In there, he's going to point out flaws. So he may look at me and say, okay, yeah, Mr. Washington is flawed this way. That works for him. I'm going to see it as, okay, there's flaws on both sides or whatever, and it's just going to be an opinion. Things that are common are always going to be common.
So if somebody came in alive, or if somebody was in a live and they said, or not even alive, if somebody's on their platform said that black men are all evil, would that just be his opinion, or would that be unequivocally wrong?
That's going to be that individual's opinion.
But
I don't know what got him to that point.
No, but I'm asking you, is that
opinions can't be wrong?
I know, but if you do, okay, Mr. Washington, what I'm saying is that opinions can be wrong and opinions can be harmful. So what I'm trying to find out is just because it's that you could quantify, classify it as an opinion, but what does that have to do with the negative effects of said opinion? You see what I'm saying?
What would be the negative effects of that individual's opinion that way?
Somebody with a big enough platform perpetuating the idea that black men are all evil could paint black men in a bad light and make us put a bigger target on our backs, right? We're already targeted, we know that, right? But you could put a bigger target on our backs. So it wouldn't just be that person's opinion, they would actually be causing harm. Like you know what the First Amendment is, right? The freedom of speech, I'm saying, right? Like, right, the idea, the concept of freedom of speech, right?
I'm with you.
Okay, cool. So the freedom of speech, what they say is that you pretty much have the right to say, without penalty or punishment from the government, you have the right to say whatever you want to say, as long as it doesn't incite violence, right? Or as long as it doesn't incite violence. I'm pretty sure that's what it says. So if somebody got up on a panel and said something that was violent or incites violence, right? Even though it's their opinion, if they say, I think this whole place should be burned down or something like that for educational purposes, if somebody said something like that, would that just be their opinion, or would that actually be something that would be wrong and against the law in this particular case that they could be charged with?
Based on the further, just go back to what you said at the beginning. Right? Okay. You asked me one question.
Yep.
An individual's opinion saying all black men are equal, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's their opinion. What do they do with it? And now, if you're providing the action and doing more than just that, then I can agree with you there. But that's that individual's opinion. I'm not out to change that. Just like for you, you may say all white men are this way.
Mm-hmm.
That's your opinion. I don't have to agree with that. I don't have to agree or disagree with that. That's your opinion. I'm not out to change that. That's all I said. How is that?
This is what arguing like a man sounds like.
This is great. I'm not used to. Yeah, I'm used to these types of arguments, but I don't.
It's not even an argument. I'm not trying to argue with you at all. That means that I'm trying to find a disagreement. I'm not trying to find a disagreement.
Okay.
I only offered my opinion. You were talking about Kevin Samuels, correct?
Give me a charger, please.
Kevin Samuels was A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. I said flaws on both sides. In opinion, whatever works for that individual that way works for that individual that way. That's all I said. Go back to what I said.
I did. I know. I heard what you said, and that was what I found interesting, because I disagree. I think that words are powerful. I think words do harm. I think words can uplift, and I think words can destroy. So I'm not down with this idea that your opinion is just your opinion. Because
I also said flaw. Remember, the first one was flaws on both sides.
I know, but
you see the flaws, correct?
I mean,
it's your opinion about those flaws.
It's not about the flaws. I see the harm they cause, though. You're missing the point. You're talking about the flaws. I'm talking about the actual harm that is caused by these men, quote unquote, flaws. I don't think these men are flawed, by the way. Flaws to me, I attribute more to like blind spots, things that they just don't know, things of that nature. Kevin Samuels was very deliberate in his message. He literally changed his message. He used to have a different message, and he said, if I change my message and I start sounding like this and I start talking like this, I will blow up. That's essentially, I'm paraphrasing what he said. So he knew exactly what was going on. That's not a flaw of his. He deliberately made the choice to be toxic and to be harmful. He deliberately ignored the damage that his words would bring and the harm that his words would cause. He deliberately ignored it for the money, for the popularity, for the fame, for the access to women, whatever he wanted, whatever he got out of it. That's what he did it for. That's not a flaw, right? Like we have flaw. Like I have a flaw. I'm flawed. Definitely. I'm not perfect. I get stuff wrong. I get triggered by certain. That's cool. We can all write that off to human nature, right? But I'm not deliberately trying to harm. Like I'm not ignoring the harm that I'm causing people so that I could profit or so that I can benefit. You see what I'm saying? I'm just not doing that. And I don't think that I think that it is very dangerous to say stuff like that's just somebody's opinion, because where does that stop? Was that just Hitler's opinion? Was that just Mussolini's opinion? Was that just Pol Pot's opinion? Was that you see what I'm saying? Like
extreme though. That's kind of extreme.
But it's not extreme because I think
it's not. So me having my opinion.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
So just like me
I don't think that it's extreme because when you look at these historical events, they always start off with this relative objectivity. Like that's just a matter of their opinion. That's just a matter of their ideas. It's very much like I have my ideas and they have theirs, and the two will never meet. But that's not actually true. Stereotypes, the way that you see people, the way that you present people. And the funniest part about stereotypes is that they rely on some truths. But those types of ideas that stem from opinions absolutely do lead to harm. When you talk about people like Kevin Samuels, I think that the most interesting part about people who are supporters of him is the fact that they think that they are operating in objectivity. They think that the way that they see his opinions is a matter of, well, we all have an idea, we all have a thought, and I can either share them and you like them or you don't. And we always exclude the fact that they do have a direct line to harm being caused to women. There are men who listen to Kevin Samuels, who follow Kevin Samuels, who still consider him, their godfather, weird as it is, who absolutely present those same exact traits that men who harm women have. Like there's a direct line. And that's not being dramatic or, oh, well, that's just some of them or, it's just that's not a large number of men. No. There is something that is happening that's connecting to the idea that if you believe that Black women can't be harmed and you listen to a platform where a man tells you that Black women can't be harmed, that you will go on to possibly harm Black women because of the fact that you've been indoctrinated with those kinds of ideas. So it's not a matter of like, oh, that's just his opinion, we can just take it or leave it. No, opinions are fine if we're talking about food, if we're talking
sports,
about travel, if we're talking about clothes,
art,
if we're talking about pets. But when you start to talk about people, their access to resources, their access to humanity, and you start to change and differ what those things should be based on height and weight and class and race,
gender,
and creed, and all of these different kinds, and gender and these kinds of things, then now you're stepping into a territory where it's not even considered opinion anymore. Because once you have these polarizing ideas, once you have ideas that incite violence, whether that be the ideal of violence or actually physically saying you should go harm somebody, you can look that up. That is no longer an opinion. That is absolutely something that is genuinely harmful.
And I also think, and I'm gonna let you go, Mr. Washington. I also think that saying that it's somebody's opinion is odd, because thoughts become actions. Before an action happens, it is first a thought. So if that's my thought, if I think a certain way, then I'm gonna act a certain way. I don't know how you separate the two. So I don't that, you know what I'm saying? Like you're a fully functioning grown ass man. You know that your thoughts dictate your actions. So if somebody is actively saying things that are harmful, then my assumption is they're going to harm somebody, or they already have, or they are currently doing that. And maybe all three, right? And I don't think that's far-fetched. Go ahead, Jaxn.
Can I say something and chime in real quick?
Yes.
And say that I find it interesting that men do not that there's many men, right, who do not understand that things are harmful towards women, or things that are said are harmful towards Black women. But when I say, which I showed you public, when I say Black women don't date broke Black men, they all up and down my comments saying how harmful and divisive this is to the Black community, how destructive this is to the Black community, because I'm simply telling Black women the various different pitfalls and toxicity and negative situations of men, or negative types of men, that they should avoid. Anytime I give any of these directives of telling Black women, hey, Black women don't date, Black women don't date this and that, they automatically consider that to be man bashing. They consider it to be destructive to the Black community. They consider it to be I am an agent. What is all they call me? They call me an agent. They call me.
They call you you're a divester.
A divester. All kinds of things. So I don't understand how they don't understand the power of words until it comes out of a woman's mouth. Now, all of a sudden, like even with West 4B, this is going to be destructive to the community, and this is going to decline the birth rate. Like, why y'all don't understand the power of words until they come out of women's mouth?
I was going to say, I want to let you finish. I just wanted to point out something. I know you know this. Do they not also say that women's tongues cut like knives? Is that not something that I hear men?
They say it to me all the time. Y'all words will cut a man down to the root, and y'all say mean things. It's just very strange how, when we're saying that, mind you, until I see, like, what is it? I'm going to create a term, manicide. Until I see manicide rates reach femicide rates, I don't believe that there's any merit in the fact of we're influencing women to harm men. But we can find a correlation between what this red pill ideology, manosphere ideology, et cetera, harming women, to the point where even the American government agrees with us, because they have put, funding behind programs such as Diverting Hate that is targeting this misogynistic and misogynist-filled rhetoric, and saying how it is dangerous, and that they have mapped a correlation between the rise of red pill and the rise of femicide and demon rates.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mr. Washington.
Just okay. Going back to that statement, I can probably help with that. Those things that you deem harmful would be, unless they're just common between both of us, without us knowing equally, they're always going to be your opinion on what is harmful, and it's going to be the same way for me. Those flaws that you deem as harmful, that works for you and your own, based upon your understanding, and it's going to be the same for me. That's what just like for, if I say the statement of I practice no harm in totality, what does that mean to you?
What does that mean to me? It means that you don't go out of your way to harm people.
Now, what you can deem as harmful, like a conversation for you, sometimes could be harmful. Whatever, based upon you and your lifestyle, your makeup, and it's going to work the same way for me. And that, I don't have an opinion about it. All I'm saying in essence is that flaw, whatever you see as a flaw on my side, may not be a flaw for me.
Mr. Washington, I think what I'm trying to understand at this point, I'm very confused, because you did this before. We had a conversation similar to this. Do you believe that what you're saying is actually objective? Is that what I'm understanding right now? Because
I'm not trying to be objective.
You are. What are you trying to be then, if not but objective?
Where do you find error in that statement? You brought me up because of the statement.
Yeah.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think
clarification. I'm only providing clarification for what I said.
I think you were being
still, and it's like it's to me, it seems like you're trying to find a way to make me to prove your point. Prove that I'm wrong in some way.
I know, but I already proved it though.
You try to prove that I'm wrong in saying, how am I wrong?
It's because what you're saying is dismissive, and it minimizes the actual harm that words cause. We've already proved it. We've been proved it. You just haven't.
Okay, so like things that will cut you, just like when the lady just said to you, words will cut. I don't feel that way. That's my opinion. I don't feel that thing that you got for words doesn't bother me.
So if you were in the presence of some white tea people and they called you the N-word, you wouldn't feel no way about it?
No, I have an understanding of them.
Okay. Hey, and also lastly, do you think that most people feel the way that you do?
What are you trying to do right now?
I just want you to answer the question honestly. If I was asking you a question that I thought that, like, I asked things that are like, to me, obvious truths, right? Like, of course you would be offended by that, because who wouldn't be offended by that? But you're gonna say I'm not offended by that. Cool. For the sake of argument. So now I'm gonna ask you another question. Since if it's not you, then can we remove you from it then? Do you think that do you think the average person would be offended? Do you think the average black person would be offended by a white tea person calling them the N-word?
Based upon that individual, some individuals are okay with that.
And this is what I'm saying, Mr. Washington. You don't think that what you're saying?
And no matter what, you're trying to poke a hole in it. And
it's all no, Mr. Washington.
That's just and you're saying that it's obvious. It works.
Yeah, it's already
based upon your understanding.
Well, objective.
So what would be the opposite of that? There's no opposite. So your way of thinking is going to be for the masses. It's for everybody.
Yeah. No. Yes. So you're asking me.
Things not problematic. Is the stance and point that things aren't problematic if there is a collective of people that don't find it to be problematic, Mr. Washington? Like, is that your stance? Is your stance that something not problematic if a collective of people do not find it to be problematic?
There are some individuals that don't have a reaction just because someone says something to them.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Washington? If you were raising, you got kids, right? When you were raising your kids, did you watch what you said to them? Did you used to watch how you spoke to them?
I speak to both of them differently.
You do, but sons. But you do watch what you say to them. Yeah, because
I do that with everybody because I practice no harm.
No, I know, but okay.
So I practice by me practicing no harm. I'm not going to say nothing harmful to my sons.
But that you're contradicting that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, so you understand the idea that words can be harmful. There we go. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not understanding what's so, like, why do you keep
okay, so based upon your question, how is that an error when I answered your question?
You did. You answered my question honestly this time.
Something that someone saying something derogatory to me, correct?
Oh, you talking about the white people calling you the N-word?
That is what you said. So now that weight of that word, my sons will have an understanding of the things that I say.
Huh?
Understanding it helps in conversation.
I'm just saying, Mr. Washington, you literally just contradicted yourself. I just want you to understand that.
Okay.
I'm not even joking with you. I'm dead serious. Like, I'm not, it's not about being right or wrong. I'm just pointing that out. You initially said opinions are opinions. They don't mean anything. That was your stance initially.
I didn't say that is not what I said.
Hold on, wait. Let me ask. Wait, am I tripping, y'all? Is that not what he was saying? Did I misinterpret what he was saying?
That's what he was saying. I thought that is what he was saying.
I said there's flaws on both sides and opinions work both ways. That is what I said. And again,
if you said something, Mr. Washington, if you said something to your son, and your son said that to you, hey, Dad, I really didn't like the way that you said that. Is that harmful? Like, if your son feels that something you said to him was harmful, is it harmful?
That's an understanding thing. How do I know?
Harmful?
So, what would be harm? What is the harm?
If he deems it harmful to him,
okay,
your
so
son is an individual.
That's his opinion,
because
right?
You said on both sides.
So that's his opinion on what is harmful to him, and he can express that.
And if he finds it harmful, is it harmful? If his opinion that something you said to him is harmful, is it harmful?
And that works for him that way. Yes, that works for him. Why does that?
So it would be harmful
that way.
Okay.
Do you?
What would you do if you found? So if your son comes to you, hypothetically, he says that something that you said or did was harmful.
Appreciate you, Tiffany.
How would you move forward in that situation?
How would you move forward in that message?
Through understanding. What was it?
Understanding
what that was,
Mr. Washington. Mr. Washington, do you understand the concept of like objective truths?
Also fallacies too.
Yeah, I know, but do you understand the
all of those? Yes.
Yeah, so you understand the objective. I mean, the concept. Okay.
So right now, so your intention is to do what?
To find common ground.
It's
So
not dialogue. It's not even for understanding. You want to find error. You keep trying to poke at me for error.
Mr. Washington.
I'm okay with it, and I'm okay with that. And then I know.
Hold on, Mr. Washington. Wait.
No, but wait. See,
okay.
This second time you've done that, you asked me my opinion. I gave you that. I gave you even clarified it. And no matter what you want to do, you want to find an error to make yourself right.
I'm not trying to make myself right.
That is a dogmatic behavior. It's also opinionated.
What is happening right now, Mr. Washington? I promise you.
Misunderstanding too.
Okay. So what I was doing was.
So it's like catching a red herring. Right now, you're searching for that red herring, but it's not one. I understand what you're doing. I've also just stated, okay, I'm this way, and you want to find error in the way that I am. Mr.
Washington, I've already pointed out. This is what I'm saying. It's not a debate. I'm not even joking with you. There's no debate.
You started with an argument.
No. There is no. Look, Mr. Washington, what's happening? Let me tell you what I think is happening right now. There are a group of us that are trying to help you understand that what you're saying doesn't make sense. And we already have clocked that what you're saying doesn't. Hold on, Mr. Washington. Listen what I'm telling you. I don't know how else to say this. We have clocked that what you're saying doesn't make sense. We already agree. The objective truth about the situation is what you're saying doesn't make sense. You already have contradicted yourself, which proves to us that that what you're saying doesn't make sense. We're just trying to walk you to the point so that maybe you can go, oh shit, I didn't look at it like that. Instead, you are being willfully ignorant and combative because you're being prideful, because you have an ego about this. I don't care. I'm not trying to prove you wrong. You were wrong from the beginning. What you said didn't make sense from the very beginning. I didn't have to prove it. As soon as you said it, everybody was like, that's wrong. You see what I'm saying? I just brought you up to maybe explain so that we can get a better understanding. You explained it. Now we understand that what you're saying. Now I completely understand that what you're saying makes zero sense. And I'm just trying to help you understand that what you're saying doesn't make sense.
I'm okay
That's
with
it.
That understanding. Okay, and I'm okay with that understanding for you. It makes no sense to you. And I said that's kind of to everybody in here, Mr. Washington. So like right now, this will be the herd. So the herd has that understanding. Okay.
The herd or the collective.
Whichever one you deem fit.
Collective.
Whatever. I don't make whatever that is.
Okay. Yeah.
It works for you. And the echo chamber.
Echo chamber.
Okay, so individuals with your likeness.
No, these are just people who are, sir, there are 672 people in here. Do you think all these people agree with me?
So, and I'm only having a conversation with you. I'm not going off of whatever you make, whatever that is, okay? I'm okay with that.
Okay.
All right? So, for you and your understanding and others that have that, okay, I'm cool with that. That doesn't bother me. It's not going to change who I am or my opinion about what I'm saying.
Why not?
Why should it?
That's what I'm saying. So you're hold on, wait. I'm gonna tell you, Mr. Washington, let me tell you. Hold on, sir, let me tell you. What you're projecting. You're saying that us in here, we're a hive mind, right? But we're open-minded. Like I'm open to you. I wanted to hear what you had to say. I was hoping you can explain it so I can understand it. You explained it, I digested it, and I'm telling you what you're saying doesn't make sense. And everybody here agrees that what you're saying doesn't make sense. We're not a hive mind. We just are saying that what you're saying doesn't make, the objective truth is what you're saying doesn't make sense, because objective truths are real things, right? You're trying to classify it as we're a hive mind. You're doing everything you can to just not accept the fact that what you're saying doesn't make sense to the vast majority of people. So instead of you taking a second to process it, right? You're being combative to save face. It's a human reaction. It's nothing new, right? And for the life of me, the thing that I don't understand is that if this is something that you actually think about constantly, how could it be this easy to refute? Right? Like if you actually are giving this much thought to your ideology, if this is what you truly believe, then why is it this easy to refute, and why don't more people agree with it? Right? Because I don't think most people agree with that. I think it's harmful to most people in your life, to be honest with you.
I found it interesting and fascinating that he has an awareness that he has to treat two individual human beings that come from him.
Appreciate you, Nia.
Different. Like if his rhetoric stands, why does he have to? Why does he have an awareness that he cannot approach both of them the same way?
Well, probably because he has an awareness that both have different needs and both of them have different personalities, and that both of them respond to like stimuli differently. So, if going back to what BPG was saying, if women are a particular demographic that have particular needs and things like that, then you would have to have the mindfulness of how things would affect them the same way that you have the mindfulness of how things would affect one of your sons versus the other. That's why Pumpkin said you contradicted.
He completely understood it when he was talking about his sons, and I can appreciate that as a father, as a human. I was like, that's dope that he understands that. But wait, Mr. Washington, I'm gonna let you go. I just want to address somebody, not even you. Mike P, you tap in, come up and yap, brother. I'm gonna go on and mute you for the rest of the live. But yeah, you can come up and get unmuted. Go ahead, Mr. Washington. I'm listening.
I apply that to everyone. I didn't say that I didn't. The difference in your individuality is your individuality. Your opinion about things is that. I haven't said other than that at all.
Okay.
You did say that earlier. You said that when you approach things with your sons, you approach them differently based on which person you're talking to. But I think that the reason why I think the reason why that they keep drawing examples from that is because of the fact that when you say things like that, it sounds as if it's releasing yourself from the harm that you may cause, because you can always lean back on, this is my opinion. Like, this is just my opinion. This is just how I say things. If you feel harmed by that, then it's because, you're either trying to find a flaw in my argument, or it's because, you're just, and I didn't say that this is what you said. Please, let's be clear. But the reason why you have an issue with that is because you're finding issue in my argument, or you're just hurt by my argument because you don't understand. And I think that the issue with that is that at some point as human beings, in order to be able to be in a space to learn, you have to be willing to accept that maybe what it is I'm saying just genuinely isn't true. Like, you always, if you're a person who is ever learning, you have to be in a space to realize, like, okay, if everybody in the room is telling me this, maybe it's not true. It's literally, this is the easiest way to put this. It's like being on a school bus and you have 50 kids on the bus and you're the driver, and everybody is telling you that if you pull the lever and close the doors, you start the bus with the key and you start driving, that we will get to our destination. And you're going, no, I'm the driver. That's not how it goes. And everybody's like, no, but if you put the key in the ignition and close the doors and pull off, we will get home. Like, that's period, point blank what it is. And you're going, no, that's just your opinion. That's just how you feel about it. You don't understand. You're emotional. You just want to go home so bad that you won't let me direct. That's what happens with a lot of these conversations, is that when you're not open and willing to be able to understand and learn, like, new concepts, new ideas. And it's not to say that you ever change your opinion. What are we gonna do about you changing your opinion? Like, you probably gonna get off live tonight, go home, and have the same exact opinion. But
and that's scary.
And it is scary.
To me, that's scary.
It do sound a little scary.
That's scary to me.
Okay, so like, I accept it. I understood what you said, and it doesn't apply for me.
Okay.
I just said that.
So just like,
that's crazy.
Even every individual that I interact with is always going to be different, and I practice no harm in totality. Yet when I say that, you don't understand. I said there's flaws. I said there how.
But you still harm people though, how? Mr. Washington. You've harmed people on this app before.
Okay.
Like, that's what I'm saying. You could practice
in your opinion.
No, I'm saying in the opinion of the people who you've harmed.
Okay, great. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. But you just said you practice no harm.
Okay, now
no.
You said that to say what? No, I want you to stand up. You said that to say what? How did I?
I'm saying that it's, once again, it's a it's irrelevant. Listen to what I'm saying, Mr. Washington. Saying that I practice no harm is one thing. But do you actually, have you succeeded at not harming people is the bigger question. And you haven't.
Yes.
You haven't. People have literally come out and said you've harmed them.
How so?
How did you harm them? They said you manipulated them.
Okay, so that's your opinion.
That's not my Mr. White.
Okay,
come
so-
on, sir. That's not my opinion.
It ain't no come on. That's your opinion.
It's not my. That's literally what I heard them say.
Okay, that's what you heard. That's a lie, sir. You heard who say that?
The people who said, "Come on, bro." I'm not even in it. I'll be honest with you.
But see, see how you throw that.
The women who said that you had emotionally harmed them because you had led them, misled them, and that you used them. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. I don't have a problem being direct about nothing. The women that came forward and said that you had emotionally harmed them, who said you were manipulative, who said that you used them for various different financial gains, are the women who said that you harmed.
Okay, see, that's your lack of understanding. None of that is true. Okay, so and then that's also your opinion.
That's not my lack of understanding. They came with text messages.
I literally saw the text messages.
They said all kinds of
We
stuff.
watched
We had
hours
to
of
go
this
through
stuff,
the
sir.
saga of you. For literally 2 weeks, we had to go through the saga of you, sir. We went through this a short 6 months ago. Who are you playing with?
Come on,
So
man.
Now, even with that,
And the way you just
wait,
with
because
the
I'm
hell
with
out
you.
of
So
us,
wait,
I'm
listen.
inclined to believe they were telling the truth.
Okay, so that's also your opinion, and then there's other individuals that don't believe that at all. There's other individuals such as myself. So no matter what, now even with that, you're diving into something that you know is not true, ma'am.
Sir, no, I do not know
And
it's
then
not
also,
true.
and
I
then,
wasn't
okay,
there.
so listen.
What I know is what I heard.
Okay, and that's what you heard.
So
you don't have an understanding.
the court.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, that is what I heard. But hold up, Mr. Washington. Hold up.
So are those women lying, Mr. Washington?
How is it? Hold on. How is it a problem that public? How is it a problem for us to believe what we heard on the internet and running with it, but it's not harmful for misogynists to say harmful things about Black women that people run with and think is true, or that harmful people say about women in general that people run with and say is true. We can say and believe whatever we want to believe. My opinion is that you harm those women. That is my opinion. That is my perspective off of hearing everything that I heard said on the internet. That's my opinion.
And I accepted that.
Okay,
yes,
so we're going to move forward with the fact that you harmed women. Now,
and I'm okay with your opinion that way.
Good.
And because my opinion is that. Now, see, and then no matter what, you still want to try to. And I'm not trying to.
No, you're not changing my mind.
I'm not. Today. Did I say that I was trying?
Let him go, Jassy. Let him respond. Let him respond. let him go.
And then just like I can shit one hand and then do something else in the other. And it's still your opinion. I'm not looking to change that. That's yours. I'll accept that.
No, you were looking to change that. It's just not working. I'm telling you that I'm standing on my opinion.
Okay, so even just like right now.
No, you did initially try to change my opinion. You tried to tell me I didn't know what I was talking about. No, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I saw.
Okay, and again, all of your opinion from your view.
That's my opinion.
Okay, and I said I accepted that. And I agree with your opinion for your understanding.
So you didn't do nothing wrong to these women? You didn't nothing wrong.
I didn't.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I'm just okay. I'm gonna leave it at that. I didn't want to rehash it. I'm sorry I even brought it up. I'm not even playing with
you. But see, and then just like that, I'm glad that I can see you now. I see you more clear now. That everything that you're doing, I'm okay with that.
Sir, please don't presume for 1 second that you know what I'm thinking or what I'm doing. I literally in this, Mr. Washington, I'm not gonna hold you. Hold on, sir. Hold on, wait. So what happened was in real time, when the more you talked and when you started to say more and more stuff and peel back some stuff, I connected a dot in real time. I don't remember. That shit came in my head when you said what you said. It triggered something in me. I was like, wait, you talking all this harm stuff, but there was you left a wake of women hurt and disgruntled. I'm not making that up. I'm just telling you what the women said. I mean, you know what the women said. Now you can say now you can tell us, right? You can come on this app and you can tell us all those women are lying. You can say that. That's fine. Right? That's your story. You can stand by it, right? I'm not saying you don't have that right. I'm just saying though that those women definitely said that you harmed them, and all I was wondering was you didn't harm them at all.
Just clarification. Was it how many women was
it? It was 2 that I know of.
It was 2.
Yep,
okay.
that I saw personally. Was there more than that, Jassy? Am I tripping? Maybe I'm wrong. I only saw two. Yeah.
I know for a fact one of them was walking out various receipts. She said that this was an interaction that happened for months. She paid for you to come to her city a few times. Like,
yeah.
That's a lie. See how you said you had truth and that's not true.
Okay. I don't want to rehash that whole story though, brother. I'm sorry.
It's your opinion that it's not true. It's my opinion that it's true.
Okay, so any of that is not. That's not true.
Sir, I don't care.
I'm okay with that.
Opinion is that it's true.
I said I'm okay with that. I'm okay with your opinion.
Okay.
I don't know why you're explaining to me what is truth and what isn't truth. I'm telling you that I perceive that it's true.
That's your opinion, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Which is your opinion?
Yep.
Yeah, that is my opinion. Okay, so why are you arguing with my opinion? I already gave you my opinion. Why are you arguing?
How many times do I gotta keep saying I accept
move forward.
That?
Move right along.
I'm just.
Okay. So why are you trying to explain anything to me?
Yeah.
I haven't tried.
Okay.
Okay. Now, moving right along.
I just want to move on. I don't even. I'm telling you.
Isn't hurting anybody.
I was just confused because I feel like you had harmed some people. You're saying we're wrong. Okay. In their opinion, you got to stop saying in my opinion. In their opinion, you harmed them. In their opinion, that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So you could say I chose to, Mr. Washington.
I'll take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, you can say I chose to believe them. Absolutely, but
I will take that with a grain of salt.
yeah, I do think you harmed them because.
I will take that with a grain of salt.
Do you know what that saying means?
I do.
Okay, then why are you saying it repeatedly as if it's supposed to like stop anything?
It's not stopping. I'm just accepting whatever you're finna say to me.
That's not what taking it with a grain of salt means. That's the opposite.
Okay. Okay, great.
Taking it with a grain of salt means the opposite of accepting it. You're not accepting it.
Okay. I have.
Okay. All right.
I'm accepting everything that from over here. I've accepted all
of it. All right. These spaces are weird for certain people though. I know because, and I've said this a lot of times. When you talk to people who are genuine, right? Because I feel like I can vouch for at least Jazzy and Shenanigans and BPG. You talk to like genuine people, and you're being disingenuous. It's very glaring. You know what I'm saying? And it's you know what I mean? Like it comes off as like you just get exposed. You know what I'm saying? Like so that I think that you're trying to play a victim now. You're like, oh, I see what you were doing, but that's not what was happening. I literally it just became more and more. The more you lied and the more you deflected, the deeper you dug a hole for yourself. Yeah, you've been lying, brother. Come on, Mr. Washington. You've been lying and deflecting this whole time.
I lied about what, sir?
You lied to me.
You keep doing that.
I'll tell you, I don't mince my words. I'll tell you if you want me to clock all the times I believe you lied. I believe you lied when you said that you wouldn't feel no type of way about a white person calling you out your name, calling you an N-word. I believe you were lying about that. Man, I can listen to you for 5 minutes and tell you wouldn't allow somebody to disrespect you like that. I ain't gonna even hold you. That's just me. Maybe I got a different perspective of it. Oh, he left. Okay. That's just me. That's what I got from it.
Oh, that was my bad. I forgot I was a mod, and if I block somebody, it blocks them out the live. My bad. I really didn't mean to do that.
Damn it, Shan.
Sorry. I was just trying to block him before. Yeah, and I'm a mod, and it blocks him out the live.
Did you see how he was floundering under his own rhetoric and ideology, though?
Yeah.
Notice how when we gave opinions about his life and what we seen of his life, oh no, but that's not a fact. It doesn't matter. It's an opinion. Any opinion goes. Like, how was this hurting you? He was clearly getting agitated. His heart rate was increasing. His breathing was labored. Like, no, sir, why are you having an issue? Why are you struggling with these opinions that we're stating that don't cause harm to people?
If somebody call you... I'm not understand. It was crazy because I'm like, sir, if somebody walked up to you and called you a BAN, you gonna be like, well, that's your opinion, and opinions don't matter. I practice no harm to nobody. Or you gonna slap the dog shit out? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. That's all I was asking. I was just saying, let's be real. At some point, let's be honest. Let's be real. That's it. That's all I was saying. Like, come on, man. I'm giving you a complete pass. I'm saying Mr. Washington is when it comes to that, he's a man. Like, I know he gonna stand 10 toes down on that shit. He ain't about to let nobody disrespect him like that. His sons ain't gonna let nobody disrespect them like that. I know that. I know that much about that man, no doubt about it. So when I said what I said, when I asked him that question, I asked him that question because I figured that would be like a no-brainer, like, duh. Yeah, of course I ain't gonna do that. But then when you said no, I tell y'all, I got little litmus tests. That's a litmus test. How many times are you gonna lie him to my face? How many times are you gonna lie to my face? Like, come on. And that was one that I was like, come on, fam. You're lying to my face. Go ahead, Vizo. Vizo, go ahead, man.
I spaced out. What we talking about?
Oh, man, you about to get dropped. What you up here to say, brother? Let me know.
The difference? Hey, one got shoe game, the other don't. Those are some nice Jordans, though. Those are some nice Jordans, though.
That's the only difference, huh?
Yeah, oh, come on. You can't tell me those shoes are not sweet.
Yeah, them was cool. I sold them up. I wore them bitches 3 times and sold them.
What? How much you sold them for?
Like retail. Yeah. Or maybe a little bit less. I don't remember. I bought them for retail. I sold them for like around retail, if I'm not like $200 or something like that. But go ahead, brother. Is that our only differences? I'm curious. Are you came up here just to say that, or did you want to add something to the conversation?
No, I really did came up here and say that. I don't even know what I don't even know like the context behind it is. I think there's like something real deep behind it. I probably missed it.
It's not. It's just
not?
Yeah. Do you know of Derrick Jaxn's content?
Nah.
Yeah. A lot of people don't, so I believe that. A lot of people don't. So yeah, I don't. I didn't necessarily, I should say. I know I didn't know that much about it. But all right, I appreciate you coming up, brother. Thanks for the compliment, man. Yeah. Derrick Jaxn could never. He dressed terrible. Go ahead, Strictly. Go ahead.
So how did you end up getting compared to?
Oh, wait. Hold on, y'all. Wait. I'm sorry. Everybody talking at the same time. Go ahead, Jazzy. Ask me the question. Go ahead.
Yeah, like, but how? Because that's what I've been trying to figure out. Like, create this background, and how did you get compared to Derrick Jaxn? Like,
it ain't even just.
How did anybody draw a correlation?
One day I started getting called Derrick Jaxn. Long time, like a year ago, whatever, right? And I was like, okay, but I didn't know anything about Derrick Jaxn. I had, like I said, I've been telling you, I probably saw 1-2 of his videos, right? I don't even think I've ever finished any of his videos. They're like, they add nothing to my life. I'm not a single woman. They never, you know what I'm saying? When he would be like, this is how you spot a cheater or whatever he would say, I would be like, yeah, okay. And he would name like 2 things. I'd be like, yeah, that sounds kind of true. Then I would just keep it pushing. It was never something I was interested in. I didn't even know how big he was. You know what I'm saying? I would see him pop up randomly, didn't know how big he was. So that's my history with him. He started in 2012, right? So 12 years ago. Then I come in these spaces a year and a half ago, whatever. I'm starting to get called Derrick Jaxn. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Because I thought that dude be like talking to women. You know what I'm saying? I thought he'd be giving women advice, whatever. He's like a coach. He's a bad suit, he's a bad suit coach. I'm like, cool, whatever. And then the more I kept hearing it, I was like, what, like what's the correlation? You know what I'm saying? And they never could articulate it. They would just say that I was like him. They would just say, oh, you pander to women. I was like, well, how do I, and they can never actually substantiate how I pander to women. They can never be, I already tried it earlier. I asked the dude, he said it. I said, well, what do I say? Oh, you got to look at, he told me I had to watch all of his content to understand. Sir, you ain't watched all of his content the same way you ain't watched all of my content. So why do I need to watch all of this man's content to understand? Like, that's fucking stupid. But I watched a video the other day by FD Signifier, right? You would like him, Jazzy, if you don't already know who he is. You should follow him. FD Signifier. He does like deep dives on like the most dope shit. Like, he's a lefty, he's a black communist like me, and we operate in the same like lefty spaces. So I've been following him for like 2 or 3 years now. Love his content. He makes a video loosely about Derrick Jaxn. It was more about the ideology and the concepts and all of that and all of those things and generally just how men function within the patriarchy. But he used Derrick Jaxn as like, like he was like a part of it, right? So he did like 30 minutes on Derrick Jaxn. And in that 30 minutes, I walked away like, so I was like, how the fuck are y'all saying I'm anything like this man? Like, we don't have, like, there's nothing, like, we don't talk the same. We don't talk to the same people. We don't have the same ideology. Like, nothing about us is the same. You know what I'm saying? And then I always thought this. I was like, what they mean when they say we're the same is he's a phony. They hope I'm phony. He's been proven to be a phony. right? They hope I'm phony though. So they're hoping I'm like Derrick Jaxn, but I'm not. But so they hope. So then the problem arises when I actually ask them to prove to me how I'm like him, and they fall flat on their face over and over and over again, right? So if you say I'm like him, I'm going to ask you in detail, how am I like him? That's what I want. I need for you to tell me, how am I like him? And if you can't tell me that, then I know that what you're saying is you hope I'm like him. You hope I'm abusing my wife behind the scenes.
Yeah, but David, but Derrick Jaxn was not anti-red pill. He wasn't even anti-toxic, dude.
He was pro-patriarchy.
The only thing he did was what I believe, which was tell women what the hell his ass is actually doing.
That was it.
He was absolutely pro-patriarchy. He was pro-red pill, and he was telling women how to avoid various different manipulation things, but at the same time, I think it was coming from him actually doing it.
Yeah.
Like Derrick Jaxn stuff is valid, which mind you, a lot of women that are
some of it,
the ones you interact with, none of us were pro Derrick Jaxn.
That's what I said.
Derrick Jaxn viewers, none of us were Derrick Jaxn supporters. I looked at Derrick Jaxn and I knew that Derrick Jaxn was hustling women who are downtrodden in regards to relationship and who are desperate to get into a relationship. That is not the decenter men, girly crowd that supports
Jazzy. I said the women I know,
two different people.
I said they don't even. I was like all my friends, even the ones that got husbands and boyfriends, they don't even give a fuck about men in that way. Like they like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all like y'all men and shit like that, but y'all not male centered. Y'all not like my man. Y'all be like y'all be watching y'all men make it, like if y'all men ain't living up to, y'all standards, the women I know is like, we're not playing that. Y'all not letting y'all man walk all over y'all just so y'all can have a man next to you. Like,
yeah, but like somebody said in the comments that he was speaking to women who are looking for a man.
Yeah,
we are typically a part of women and speaking to women who are hiding from men.
Hiding from like I'm good on men. I'm good on y'all. But the thing is they think.
If Derrick Jaxn came out in 2012, I was a sophomore in college. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Strictly go. Go ahead, Strictly.
How's it going, man? First of all, I appreciate everything that you're doing. I have a lot of respect for it. But can you hear me?
Sorry. Yes, sir.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the thing. So first of all, in terms of the other guy that was talking, I think what he was trying to eloquate is that it's not about the actual opinion. It's the fact that harm is mostly a physical thing. So like when you're what he's trying to suggest is that his freedom of speech trumps somebody else's feelings when it comes to.
Yeah, that's not true. I got you. I don't even want to talk about him though. Did you come up here to talk about that? Because I don't care to have that conversation again. Because he didn't know what he was saying, and now you sound even worse than him. Because that was terrible. That wasn't what was going on. Harm is definitely more than physical, right? First and foremost.
I agree with
you. And emotion. Wait, and I'll take it a step further. You do realize that emotional harm can actually manifest as physical damage, right? Like people actually get sick because of how they're treated and how they're abused emotionally. So yes, it's all harm is harm, brother, whether it be physical or mental.
I agree with you, but if we're gonna go that way, how would you? So if I was to say, for example, I would feel offended if you said something like, I don't know, like any random word, like orange. Orange is.
Yeah, it has to be objectively true, though, brother. It's not about you. You don't have to use an extreme.
So that's what I'm saying. How would you decide?
It's if it is objectively true, like I just said. So because the majority of people aren't offended by the word orange. And if you are offended by the word orange, you would have to tell me why you're offended by the word orange. And I'm sure it won't make sense. So at that point, it's not an objective truth. And therefore, I would surmise from that either something's off or you're trying to manipulate me. That's how that works. So you have to be able to use the power of discernment. It doesn't mean that every single time somebody has a problem with you, you just go, oh, I get that. You're offended by that, so I must shut it down. That's not how it works. You go, well, okay, why were you offended by that? What did I say?
So would your metric be would your metric for objective truth be group consensus?
Yeah, that's what objective truth is. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so then if we were to look at, for example, past historical events where the major consensus was something that I would consider harmful, for example, like slavery or something like that, would you say that's moral behavior?
Say it again. What? Say it again.
So would you look at things in the past, for example, like what the Nazis did in World War II or whatever other atrocities that somebody else has done? Would you say that that was moral behavior for that time because everybody...
Immoral behavior? Yeah, it was definitely immoral behavior for that time. That's not how it works, because there were people during the time of slavery who were actually anti-slavery. And I know it was immoral because they had to create a whole system, i.e. race and racism, to subjugate black people and to enslave us, because they were the people that had the market for slaves was not that big, because most people understand that slavery is harmful. So they had to create a system to dehumanize black people so that they could justify their dehumanization, their dehumanizing treatment of black people. So they had to lie to justify slavery. So they knew it was wrong. It was always wrong. It was never not wrong. It was never not wrong. And there was a bunch of people who knew it was wrong while it was happening. It wasn't like everybody thought slavery was right? Most people didn't own slaves, right? Slaves were reserved for wealthier people. Most people didn't own slaves.
I agree with this, but what I'm saying is, how would you decide then what is the major consensus for everybody if it's not them doing something about it, right? Like, to me,
I'll tell you why what you're saying doesn't make sense, because whether the people thought it was harmful to black people or not, it actually was harmful to black people. You see the difference?
I agree with you. It was harmful, but what I'm saying is, by your metric, which is people's consensus.
No,
right?
It's once again, you're not understanding what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
An objective truth is not a physical thing. If you hit me, that's a physical. We know that striking a person is harmful, right? That's a physical thing. An objective truth will be rooted more in an ideal or a behavior or something like that, right? Like that people would deem to be problematic or hurtful or whatever the case may be. Okay, cool. So you're saying that, how do you know that whipping a slave was harmful? Because back then they were saying whipping slaves wasn't harmful. I know it was harmful because the slaves that got whipped would unalive. I know it was harmful because the slaves that got whipped would have to heal from it. I know it was harmful because the slaves that got whipped would cry out, right? I don't care if 100,000 people say it's right. I know it's wrong because I could watch the slave be harmed. So that's the truth. It's a physical truth, right? Okay, cool. Now, if you're asking about the idea of slavery, which is a different topic, but if you're saying, how do you know that the idea of slavery and the concept of slavery was wrong? I will point to the physical harm of slavery. I don't even need to talk about the idea of it. I'll go, okay, you want to talk about the idea, and a lot of people thought slavery was okay. That's fine. But can we talk about the actual physical harm that black people had to endure during said events? And that's all I would need. I don't care if everybody at the time said it was okay. I know the slaves didn't say it was okay. You see what I'm saying?
I agree. So listen, I 100% agree with you. The point that I'm trying to make is that group consensus is not the proper metric for it. It's actually whether it causes harm or not. Because the group sometimes can decide things that do cause harm. Right?
Nah, you just missed my whole point. I can't go around and around in circles with you anymore, brother. I'm sorry. You're not listening. I'm sorry. You're not. I apologize. You're not even a bad guy. You just literally didn't hear anything I just said. Because I don't need the harm is, yeah, I can't say it again. Already articulated. But you can say up here, you could rehash it out in a minute, but I gotta let Pat Me Bro go. Pat Me Bro, you said that I can't see it. Please tell me how. You have to tell me how.
I think it's just disingenuous for anybody to say that they can't see any similarities. Not to say that you're exactly
point them out.
Derrick Jaxn, but you share a lot of the same qualities.
Point them out.
And one of the qualities that you share is that there's really no balance to your viewpoint. I think you're basically at this point just pandering, telling women whatever they need.
Hold on, wait. Don't use words like pander. I already told you, don't do that. This is not a conversation for you to hurl accusations. This is a conversation for you to be specific. You can only be specific. I only want specifics.
It wasn't an
No, it is an insult though, and I'm not insulted, but it is meant to be an insult, and I'm just letting you know, don't do it. I'm okay with you pointing out to me specifically what I do that's like Derrick Jaxn, but beyond that, I don't care to hear it. Okay?
That's fair. So, okay, I'll restate it. You tend to tell women what they want to hear.
And what do I tell women what they want to hear?
So, specifically, okay, if you want to be specific, dating, just your viewpoint on like the reason why relationships fail. You typically you hold more of the onus on the man, and you completely absolve any responsibility from the woman's perspective.
I don't do that. And that's wait. I got to stop you there. But that's a lie though. But that's a lie. I do speak on it. Because I do. Pat me, bro. Hold on. I do speak on it. I tell men, this is what I tell men and women. This is what I just say in general to people. So we're clear. I know beyond I think it is tracked by data. It is it's the vast majority of women will tell you this. The vast majority of like it's it's not even close. But men in general are responsible for the vast majority of breakups. You ask how, right? So I'll give it to you like this. Men cheat more than women. Men abuse more than women. Let's just start there, right?
Men do not cheat more.
They do. Pat me, bro. It's not. This is not. I'm not saying things for you to debate right now. I'm only telling you. I just gave you. Hold on, Pat. Pat, listen to what I'm saying. I just gave you two facts. Not my opinion. It's a fact, bro. I don't want to sit here and Pat, man. I'm sorry, man. Try to be a normal person for 5 minutes. Okay. Try not to be. Hold on. Listen. Hold on. I'm gonna let you go. Try to be normal for 5 minutes. And when I say that, I mean, try to not argue for the sake of arguing to save face. Like really stop for 1 second. You know, and I know that you have never, ever read a study or anything on the things that I'm talking about, first and foremost. Second of all, you know, and I know that men cheat more than women. Historically, men have done it, right? Now, nowadays, there is some data that I've read that says that a certain demographic of women, young women specifically, cheat as much or a little bit more than men. And cool, I'll give you that. But women overall and men overall, men still cheat more than women overall, right? So I'll even give you that point. Like I don't need to lie or anything. I'm not like y'all. I will concede that point to you that I literally have seen that data that says that women between the ages of like 18 and 23 or some shit like that, they cheat as much or a little bit more than men nowadays. Cool, fine, no arguing there. But that doesn't speak, you do realize that doesn't represent most women. So let's go back to what I said. Men in general cheat more than women. It's really, I think it's like 30 to 15% or something like that. In marriages, I know it's 30 to 15 in marriages. In relationships, I don't know. And I'm speaking in America, by the way. So that's what I'm saying. In 30 to 15%. So men cheat twice as much as women do. Now, men abuse women far more than women abuse men. And there are different forms of abuse. So physical abuse, men abuse more. Emotional abuse, men abuse more. Economic, financial abuse, men abuse more because they actually 30% of households, men are the breadwinners. 70% of the time, it's while about 49% of the time, women make as much or slightly or more than 16% of women are the bread earners. 29% make the same amount of money as the men. Right, so about 45% of women make roughly, so at least 55%. 30% of men, 30% of households are headed by men who make more money than women. Okay, fine. So it's double the amount for men. Men are in a position to abuse women more financially based on the numbers. And they do. The 16% of women who make more money than men, though, they do more labor in the home than men, right? So that will point to for all intents and purposes, doing the majority of the labor in the house, still, picking up, doing all the shit for the kids and still be abusive. That doesn't make sense. So we know women aren't financially abusing men the same way men are financially abusing women. We know that women aren't neglecting men to the same rate that men are neglecting women. We know that. We know that men also abuse kids when men and women are in the same household. For those of you guys who love the 2-parent household trope idea, right? When men and women are in the same household, the man is far more likely to abuse the child than the woman. Also statistically proven. So with all of this being said, men are more often than not, the cause of the demise of the relationship. There is no debating that. There's no debate. I didn't say that every single time a relationship ends, a man is the reason why. I didn't say that women are never responsible for the demise of a relationship, because women cheat too. Women abuse too. Women neglect too. They just don't do it nearly as much. I'm very objective. I don't need to speak in extremes. I don't need to say all or none. I say most, vast majority, 60%. I actually put percentages on it a lot of times. So I don't tell women what they want to hear. The things that I'm telling women are things that they already know. I tell men the things they need to hear. That's the difference. When did he talk to men though? What was he saying to men? Tell me, let me know, because we're so much alike.
Okay, so I'm not going to concede on that cheating point, but we can move on. That's fine. In terms of Derrick Jaxn, I think the problem, why you're being compared to it, is because when you don't have a balanced approach, from my eyes, that's what a lot of people feel like. You can say I'm wrong, but when you don't have a balanced viewpoint, you're prone and you're so easily able to manipulate people, and you're not necessarily living your truth, right?
Pat, who was bigger? Me or Kevin Samuels?
My thing is,
hold on, wait. Who was bigger, me or Kevin Samuels?
Kevin Samuels.
Okay, wait, no, wait. Did Kevin Samuels speak to both sides, in your opinion?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, cool. So, by your own admission, wouldn't that prove that what you're saying doesn't make sense? That if I was trying to manipulate, I would actually, the easier way for me to manipulate and the easier way for me to be bigger would be to speak to both sides, right? It doesn't make, you see what I'm saying? It doesn't.
Hold on. What?
You're not understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're saying that Kevin Samuels was manipulating people?
Absolutely, he was. He admitted it.
Okay, so yeah, I disagree with that. No. So
wait. Why do you disagree with what he said? You disagree with his own words?
No. He wasn't out there manipulating.
He literally said Kevin Samuels, there is a video of Kevin Samuels in his car back when he used to talk to men about problems that men, when he used to say things that I say now, believe it or not. Kevin Samuels used to say very similar things to the things that I say about men. He wouldn't talk about it from a patriarchal standpoint, but he would talk about men being the problem. Men need to get their shit together, blah, 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 right? When he would talk like that to men, his page was very small. One day he was sitting in his car and he said out loud, I know that if I turned around and I started bashing women, I would blow up. He said, if I started bashing women, that's literally what he said. If I started bashing women, I would blow up. I would get clicks and likes. They would go through the roof. That's what he said. Okay, cool. Fast forward 2 years later, he started back, or probably 6 months after that, he started bashing women. Fast forward from that point, 2 years later, he was one of the biggest content creators on the internet. And he lives in infamy to this day because he deliberately made that switch. He didn't believe it. That wasn't where he came from. He didn't come from that place. That's not what he believed. He actually, where he initially started was what he believed. He made a deliberate effort to manipulate people. He said, I'm going to manipulate people. I'm going to manipulate these men. I'm going to pander to these men by bashing these women. That's how you pander to men. You pander to men in two major ways, right? You tell them exactly what they want to hear, which is, it's not all your fault, man. It's not all your fault. It's some your fault, but it's mostly these women's fault, or it's 50-50. That's one way that and another way you pander to men is you bash women. You get women on panels, you get women on the phone, and you call them big back, silverback gorillas that weigh 220 pounds and they don't deserve love. and how dare you reject any man that approaches you. That's how you appeal to men. That's how you pander to men. Now, what I want you to do is take anything that I say and compare it to that and make it make sense. It's nothing I say is like that. I don't say anything like that. I don't tear men down. I'm talking about as a group. I don't tear men down. I only speak about men.
Rhetoric is very dangerous towards men.
Be specific. What rhetoric?
In terms of, there's been lives where you said men are something about men being a threat to women, or
how is that dangerous to men?
Or yeah, something like that, where you're not very specific.
I'm very specific. You're not being specific.
No. Well, hold on. What'd you say?
A, how is that a threat to men? And B, I am very specific. You're not being specific. You're being vague.
When you make up this statement that all men are dangerous,
I don't say that. I don't say that. Once again, you gotta you if you're gonna come up here, don't lie, because I don't say all men. I don't say all men are dangerous.
Okay, something it was in terms of violence against women or something, and the title on your screen is usually to sensationalize, to get people in there, right? And then you'll take a step back and say, "Oh no, I'm not talking about all men. I'm just."
I don't. So hold on, wait. So I'll show you my last 10 prompts. If any of them say all men are violent, I'll pay you $1,000. If none of them say that, you got to delete your your profile and never come back to.
Your last 10 live. I haven't watched your last 10 live.
I said I will show you my last 10 prompts. You just made the assertion. You said that my prompts say one thing, and then when people come in, I say something different. So I'll show you my last 10. Hold on, pat me, bro. I'll show you my last 10 prompts, and if any,
you gotta let me.
Pat me, bro. If anything, if I'll show you my last 10 prompts, if any one of them will substantiate what you're saying, I will pay you $1,000 right now. I swear to God, I will do it right now. I will cash app you right now $1,000, right? But
I'm not talking about just violence. I'm talking about making bold claims about one sex.
Now you backtracking. Now you pussy popping.
Now you backtracking because you're focused on the whole violence. I'm saying making bold statements about one sex.
I said be specific, sir. So you're being vague again. You tried to be specific and you said that I said that all men are violent. Then when I clocked you, now you're backtracking and saying you make bold statements about men. What does that mean? Be specific.
Look at what you're doing right now. I gave you.
I'm cooking you, per the usual.
You're just over talking and muting my mic. You're not letting me speak.
Go ahead. I know. Go ahead.
My whole point was when you're making topics, right, and you're posting them on your live. And you're using these topics, and you may not be insinuating all men, but the title of the prompt, if someone is just walking in here looking at the live, they're saying, "Oh, okay," he says men are inherently violent against women or something like that. And you're not very clear about, okay, these type of men, or you're not very specific, right? But I get it. You're trying to.
I see what's going on. Hold on. Hey, Pat, I can help you out. I can see exactly what's going on. So you have a reading comprehension problem, right? And I talk about this often. I'm dead serious. Nope. I promise you, if you listen, it will help you understand. You have a reading comprehension problem. So when I say men, logically speaking, people who are logical and who can read and can comprehend, they don't assume that that person is saying all men. Because when you say men, it's a general statement. You would have to specify all for it to mean all. So when you say men are dangerous, you mean men in general. You don't mean all men are dangerous. You mean men in general are dangerous, right? Now, when you read that, because you don't have reading comprehension skills, you go, oh, he must be saying all men are dangerous. But that's not my fault that you can't read past the 6th grade. That's not my bad, brother. Okay. Learn how to read better.
There you go with the insults, man.
I'm not insulting you. I'm literally telling you a truth.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, man. Stop with the cap. Stop faking these people out, man. Like you're a saint. You ain't no saint, brother. Be real.
Now you move the goalpost. Now I'm not a saint. So how am I not a saint?
Just be real.
First of all, who said I was a saint?
Be honest with yourself.
Hold on, wait. Hold on, Pat. I'm gonna let you go. I promise you, I'm gonna let you go. I just want to address somebody else. Hey, Aaron, do you want to get blocked or do you want to come up here and yap? Because you like to say stuff in the comments like you think I don't see it, but I see it, And I don't know, you've been in my life enough to know that you cannot get away with tapping. You got to come up here and yap. So I'm going to invite you up one time. I already did. You declined it, right? I'll block you. I'm going to mute you, I'm saying, for the rest of the live. You can come up and I will unmute you. Go ahead, Pat.
Okay, I just thought of another example. All right.
Go ahead.
So in regards to these failed relationships, right? So my issue is that you hyper focus on what men do, right? But at no point do you ever, if you really cared about like helping women, at no point do you comment on what women do in terms of not.
What do women do, Pat?
They
How do women look? I'll make it easy. I'll make it easy for you. How do women systemically oppress men?
I'm not even talking about systemic oppression.
I am, and that's the disconnect. So I'll ask you a question. I talk about systematic oppression all the time. I talk about systemic oppression all the time and systematic oppression. So let me ask you again one more time. How do women systemically oppress men? I'll wait.
That's a different topic that I'm not even talking about. I'm talking
that
about
is the topic. You just don't understand.
Relationships, okay? You can't just use oppressive women are oppressed. That's why they can't be the fault of their failed relationship. You see?
I never said that though. So you're lying again. We already walked you down that path. You're wrong. You got to stop saying that.
No. Because I'm not wrong. Because I'm telling you why people see you like this person.
Okay, Pat. I'm gonna help you out, brother. You're struggling hard. The reason why people see me like this.
The problem is you won't let anybody talk. You're way too excited, brother. I'm just having a conversation with you.
You're lying. I'm not even excited. You're just lying though. So you want me just to sit here and let you lie for 5 minutes in my face? Like, why would I do that? That's dumb.
I'm giving you the information you want. You want to know why people compare you to this dude, but you don't want to hear it because it's uncomfortable.
Hold on, wait, Pat. Hold on, wait. I'm literally asking you to tell me specifically why you compare me to this man. I'm doing the opposite of what you're saying. You're lying in real time. I'm asking you, do you understand the difference between somebody saying you're just like this person and somebody saying this is how you're just like this person and giving you details to articulate and explain to everybody in here how I'm like this person? How are you not understanding that? I'm giving you all the room to do that, but you're not doing that. So I'm stopping you because you're doing everything but that. You're doing something different every time.
You're not giving me any room because you're constantly interrupting.
So be specific. If you're not specific, I will cut you off again. Tell me specifically how him and I are alike. Specifically.
You want specific topics? I don't study you that much, brother.
Then why are you up here?
I don't sit here and like watch you every day and say, "Oh, this is what."
Then why are you up here then? If you don't have the information and you don't have the knowledge, then why are you making the claim?
Again,
you don't get to hide behind ignorance now. You already made the claim.
I've seen you enough times.
So you see me enough.
The general.
Nah.
But you want specifics. If
yeah.
Can't give you a specific, then it's not
all right, Pat. Hold on. I'm gonna help you out. Look, if this was a court of law, which is not, but this is follow me. If this was a court of law and you were on trial and somebody said, Pat robbed me, right? Somebody said Pat hurt me. And the police arrested you, threw you in prison. Now you standing in front of the judge. Wouldn't you want that person to substantiate their claim? Like, if they said you hurt them, you would beg before you would just say, Judge, especially if you knew you didn't hurt the person, you would be like, Judge, all I'm asking you to do before you sentence me is to make that person explain to me explain to the court how I hurt them. That's all I want to know. How did I hurt them? Right? That's all I'm asking you for. And they would have to be specific. They would not be able to say, well, you said something someday that hurt me. That wouldn't be enough, right? You would have to say on June 8th, this day, you walked in the store, you put a pew to my face, you told me lay on the ground. You know what I'm saying? It would have to be times, and that's in the court of law. I'm not even asking for all of that. All I'm asking from you is for you to repeat to me, what do I say that is, it don't even got to be exact, but it should be the truth and it should be accurate. That's all I'm asking for, brother. That's it.
I'm telling you from what I've listened to,
mm-hmm.
you talk about a whole lot of rhetoric of the wrongdoings that men are doing, right?
Okay.
In terms of failed relationships. but you're not spending any energy talking about what women do.
And
you're making, hold on, let me finish. You're making it seem, wait, just give me 1 second. You're making it seem like women have played no part in their failed relationship. And because of that, it almost seems like you're doing it for ulterior motives. You're telling people what they want to hear and not what they need to hear. That's all I'm saying.
So you're saying absolutely nothing because A, what you're saying isn't true. And B, what I'm saying, believe it or not, even if what you said was true, sir, it's not harmful to anybody. Even if, right? Because men actually do and are responsible for the vast majority of failed relationships. So even if I said it was all men, and once again, I'm talking to men and I'm saying, men, it's all of us. We're all bad. We need to fix the way that we are so that we can have healthy relationships. If I told men that, right? What is the harm in that? I'm really trying to understand. What is the harm in that?
This is the harm in it. The harm is when a generation of men grow up thinking that they are the problem because they are a man. That's the problem. When you're espousing this kind of rhetoric, and a younger generation who's more impressionable is listening to this, then they're feeling like I'm the problem because I am a man, because of my biology. Not because
oh no, I don't. That's wrong.
Not because of my character.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Because of my actions.
Yeah, that's wrong. No.
I am a man.
Yep, I agree with you. If I said that it was biological, Pat, I would agree with you. But I never say it's biological.
When you hyper focus on what all men are doing, that's what it seems.
I don't hyper focus on what all men are doing, but
yes, you do.
I don't. You keep saying the same things in circles. I already disproved it 1,000 times. I never say all men.
You can deny.
Okay, I'll deny it, and I'll deny it so much, and I'm so sure of it. And hold on, Pat. I'm so sure of what I'm telling you. I will show you my last 20. I will show you my last 20 prompts, and if any of them say all men, if any of them say all men, I will pay you $1,000.
Brother, if you can show me a time where you were critical on women, I'll sit up here, I'll delete my app, I'll get off this app. If you show me one time where you were critical on women, I'm gone. You'll never see me again. But you can't do that because you've never.
Wait, hold on. You don't get to tell me what I can't do. I can.
You can't.
I can.
You can't pull that up because it doesn't exist.
What?
If you can show me one time where you were critical on women, then there's no discussion. I'm completely wrong, but you can't do that.
But you are. Hold on, Pat. You don't get to say I don't do that when you don't know. You just said, okay, hold on. Let's back it up. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Let's back it up. You just told me you don't consume a lot of my content. You said you consumed enough, but you haven't consumed it all. Not even most of it. I don't even think you consumed. Hold on, Pat. Hold on. Wait. Stop. You don't get to flip it around. You haven't proved anything.
Again, now you're backtracking.
I'm not backtracking. I'm on a live with you. What are you?
If you're critical on women, prove me wrong. It's
oh
easy.
My God, dude. This motherfucker. Pat, stop. It's not going to work. We've been up here arguing. Hold on, Pat. Hold on. We've been up here arguing for 30 minutes. Right? And you came up here with a lot of dip on your chip. You came up here big back, you like you typically do, which it gotta be it's sick at this point. You're never right when you come in here. I don't know if you're right in your real life, but you're never right when you come up here, right? So I asked you, hold on, Pat, stop talking. Stop. So I asked you, all I asked you to do was to substantiate your claim. Now I'm gonna point out to you how many times you pivoted and moved the goalpost. First, you said him and I were alike. I asked you, how are we alike? And I said, be specific. You couldn't name anything specific. Then you said that that the reason the thing that you tried to tie us together on was I am hypercritical of men, and so is he. Which I don't even think he's hypercritical of men. He talks about from what I know, he talks about a specific type of men. He talks about specific groups of men. He doesn't talk about men in general. From what I know, am I tripping, y'all? As far as I know. This guy talks about cheaters. He's talking about manipulate. He's talking about a specific group of men that cause women harm, right? That's not what I'm doing. I'm talking about men in general. I'm talking about systemic oppression. I'm talking about the systemic oppression that men and women face, right? But specifically women, caused by men, right? So he's talking about specific groups of men. Already right there, based on what you said, him and I are not alike. Because I talk about me. You said, I'm even going to use your word. You said I'm talking about all men. He's not. He's not. He's only critical. He's doing the thing you want me to do. You're saying I make it seem like it's all men. He never did. He made it seem like he was talking about a specific group of men, cheaters, abusers, manipulators. That's who he was talking about. Specific group of men. You're mad at me, so you claim, because I don't do that. But that's what he did. So how are we alike in that way? We're not. That point is fucking stupid. Then you said that I said that men that I blame men for every relationship ending in demise. I didn't. But let's say I did. It's closer to the truth than not. It's closer to the truth than not. The vast majority of relationships are destroyed by men. Men are the ones who abuse. Men are the ones who neglect. Men are the ones who lie. Men are the ones who cheat. Men are what are you talking about? Men are the ones who grape in marital grape. Like, what? What are you talking about? That is a man problem. These are issues that men do. Now, I talk about it from a systemic level, though. I say, hey, man, the reason why men have the power to do so is because of our system, because of our policies, right? Because up until the mid-90s, it was okay. It was legally okay for a man to grape his wife up until the mid-90s. And you can go read about this. Donald Trump's ex-wife, under oath, said that Donald Trump used to SA her when they were married, but there was nothing she could do. There was nothing she could do. It was legal at the time. They were married in the 90s, in the 80s. It was perfectly fine. 80s, yeah, because it was before Melania. So she admitted to it under oath, though. No reason to lie. She said it. She said he did it. Yada yada. Okay, cool. So what I'm saying is that men are the most harmful. Men start and fight in the wars. Men are the most violent. We are responsible for 99% of crime around the globe. Men are responsible for 85% of crime in America. Men are responsible for the vast majority of rape. Men are responsible for the vast majority of robberies. Men are where do you want me to stop? Where do you want me to address women? Let me know. Any one of these things, if it's close to even, I'll address women. Tell me where.
The fact that you can't be critical towards women is all that needs to be.
You're not saying anything. What do you want me to be critical towards women about? They're underrepresented, Pat. That's what I'm saying. Brother, I'm sorry. I can't. You make so little sense. You don't even realize it. Women make up roughly 50% of our population. But they only represent 15% of our violent crimes in America specifically. Globally, once again, women make up a little bit less than 50% of the population, and they only make up for 2% of all violent crimes. They are what do you want me to be critical about? How can I be critical about that? What do you want me to say to them? Oh, that 2%.
One topic, bro. There's plenty of other topics.
That you don't know that all these things are connected shows me that you don't understand.
Relationship dynamics.
This is connected to relationship dynamics, Pat.
Relationship dynamics isn't all about violence. There's other factors.
It's about abuse. It's about abuse.
Be critical towards women show that you don't have a balanced opinion.
Stop. Relationships, sir. Relationships are. It's about abuse, Pat.
Let me speak, man.
No, you're not saying anything.
No.
You're not saying anything. You could drop. You could drop. It's critical. You're not understanding what I'm saying. The majority of relationships end in demise because of the abuse that the men put the women through. The vast majority of relationships, I'll repeat it for you since you're not listening, but for the people in back that need to hear this, the vast majority of relationships end in failure because of the abuse that is suffered by women at the hands of men. That is why the vast majority of relationships end. Not all, but the vast majority. What do you want? Once again, if it's 50-50, If women are 50% of the relationship and men are 50% of the relationship, but men are 80% of the reason why the relationships fail, why do you want me to be critical of women? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't mathematically, it doesn't make sense. That's what I'm trying to help you understand. You're not making sense mathematically.
Mathematically, you're attributing every failed relationship to violence.
I didn't. I just said 80% of the time the relationships fail because of women, because of men's
talking points.
No,
that's all your talking part. That's the main part of your talking points. Oh, men are more violent, blah blah blah. You look
blah
at
blah blah, or are these facts?
No, you look at extremes. You focus on the extremes, which is fine.
I didn't focus on the extremes. I focus on the majority.
Balance in your
opinion. Pat, stop. I focus on the majority. I don't focus on the extremes. I literally focus on the majority. I literally focus on the majority. I don't focus on the extremes, sir. What you're saying doesn't make sense. I don't focus on the extremes. Okay?
You can't handle the truth, brother. That's fine. If you can't handle the truth, that's okay. But I'm just telling you, when you don't have a balanced opinion, you look like Derrick Jaxn. When you can't be critical of women.
When you can't, sir, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. When you can't understand, when you can't read a prompt and understand it, you have the education level of a 6th grader. That's what I'm saying.
You're afraid. That's why you need to.
I'm not, sir. You're not saying anything. I want you to make a point. No, I'm scared of what? You keep saying the same thing over and over again. Nobody wants to hear it. Go ahead, Pat. Go ahead, Pat.
You haven't addressed it.
Go ahead.
I asked you when was the last time you were critical?
Yesterday, 2 days ago, last week. Who cares?
Say that. And that's my point. You're not critical of women. You're not balanced. You're one-sided, and that's fine. The reason why you're one-sided is because you have a bigger agenda, and that's to become famous off this. And I feel you, bro. I want another black man to make money, but I wish there was other ways, because I know there's a lot of young men that listen to you that feel like they, in their biology, they are the problem just because they're male, right? And obviously, yes, it's good to outline some of the issues within the community.
Pat, can you say anything that actually applies to me without lying? I really want. I'm very curious at this point. Like, let's try to. I want you to try to do this seriously. Try to say something that actually applies to me, because I don't say all men. I don't say it's biological. I literally say the opposite. I literally say it's not biological. I have a whole live on my YouTube page. You guys can go check it out. I'm talking to Princella. Princella, I was arguing with her about, she was saying that men are biologically hardwired to be X, Y, and Z. And I'm up there going, I don't agree with that. It's documented. That's what I don't need to make up nothing. I don't say that men are biologically anything. You don't understand shit. You can't understand simple prompts. You can't understand simple prompts, bro.
Okay.
You're not saying that, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying that you are biological. I'm not saying you're specifically saying that. But I'm saying when
Then why did you say it then? Go ahead, Shannon. Then why did you bring it up if you're not specifically saying that? That's stupid. Hold on, wait. Let Shannon go. Somebody else up here. It's another man up here. Let another man speak, brother. Go ahead, Shannon.
I was paying attention to this on YouTube. Public, you need to call me so we can get it right next time. Pat, bro, I'm 28. I'm fairly young. I'm married to a black woman. All that. There's no lie that this man is telling. So when you look at numbers, what he's saying is true. That a lot of men in general ruin their own relationships. They self-sabotage a lot of things. When it comes to crime, historically, crime has been done through men. I don't want to hear nothing about, if you look at the wars, it was a woman whispering in the man's ear. I don't want to hear none of that, because it don't make no goddamn sense. So please, brother, don't sit up here and say that young men are getting, strayed away, because he's never strayed a young man away. If you cannot argue stacks, you cannot argue history, you cannot argue the violence. If you want to call him a Derrick Jaxn, then show me that he's cheating on his wife and manipulates his wife.
So that's not the point.
I don't even. That's crazy, because he can't do that. But I just be wanting him to, Shannon, I just be wanting him to point out to me, this is all I asked him to do. I said, can you tell me, give me specifically something that Derrick Jaxn says, right? And then put that up against things that I say and make it like overlay it, right? That's all I was asking for. He has yet to do it.
The point of calling him Derrick Jaxn is to educate people that you cannot just blindly trust everybody, because when people are too one-sided and too extreme to one side, and they can't even admit anything.
Hey Pat, do you know who John Brown was?
You gotta understand they're
do you know who John Brown was, Pat? Hold on, wait, Pat. Do you know who John Brown was? Pat, do you know who John Brown was?
They're not being real.
Pat, hold on, brother. Hold on, man. Seriously, this is a real question. Hold on, this is a real question. Do you know who John Brown was? I'm very curious. Do you know who John Brown was? Hold on, I'm gonna help. Hold on, wait. Hopefully, are you? This is very relevant to the conversation. Do you know?
But I need to finish what I'm saying.
Do you know who John? You don't need to finish it. Do you know who John Brown was? Okay, I'm gonna help you out. Hold on. I'm gonna help you out. So John Brown was an abolitionist, right? John Brown was an abolitionist. John Brown laid his life down for Black people during the 1800s, mid 1800s, right? They actually think that he might have been the reason that started the Civil War. He that whole thing when he raided the munitions and all of that stuff, the munitions site with Black people. They think that he actually might have caused this, like been the start of the Civil War. Okay, he was tried, convicted, and executed. All right, cool. John Brown, if you ever read anything that he was talking when he would critique the system, he never once said, when he would talk about ending slavery and abolishing slavery, he never once pointed to slaves and said, well, slaves ain't perfect. He never once said we need to hold slaves accountable too. He never, do you see what I'm saying? Because in that system of oppression, the oppression was only coming from one side. Oppression doesn't work both ways. Men and women can't oppress each other simultaneously, right? Black people and white people can't simultaneously in the same country, in the same space, in the same system, oppress each other simultaneously. They can't. So when I'm talking about oppression, right, you only look at it through the lens of relationships because you're stunted and you lack education. That's not my fault. Once again, that's your bad. Hold on, Pat. Hold on. I'm almost there. You're not educated enough to have the conversation, right? And you're mentally stunted. So when I'm having a conversation, I talk about it from a holistic standpoint. I talk about capitalism. I talk about race. I talk about intersectionality. I'm talking about how it's all connected. I tie racism in there. I talk about the money. I'm talking about everything, right? And the only thing you want to hyperfixate on is me saying that the vast majority of relationships are caused by men. The vast majority of the relationships that end in failure is caused by men. That's all you keep harping on, as if that's what I talk about all day long, and that's not. That is a small portion of what I talk about.
So yeah, this is another one that you do. You in 2024, women are not oppressed. Okay, women have gone through oppression.
You want to say something else, Shannon? He just saying dumb and dumber shit. I'm sorry. He not making any sense. This is crazy. 2024, women are not oppressed, nor are Black people. Then, if women aren't oppressed, Black people ain't oppressed.
Women are not oppressed in this day and age.
Okay,
that's a problem.
Okay, yeah, we hear you, man. So, for anybody that's listening, anybody that can hear my voice, just understand that these men don't have anything. Clearly, they don't have anything to offer. They have nothing to offer the conversation. They don't push the conversation along. They don't have an ideology of their own that they feel comfortable sharing. So instead, they critique yours. And then when you put a microscope to them, and you tell them to actually substantiate any of their claims, they can't. They fold. They obfuscate. They move around. They wiggle around. They pivot. They do everything but have an honest, earnest conversation. You can't do it, bro. You can't stand up to the scrutiny. You can't do it.
Don't blindly trust someone who will tell you what you want to hear.
I agree. I 100% agree.
And you are telling people what they want to hear.
I don't tell people, and I already admitted to that. You're right. I do tell women what they want to hear, sir. You're right. I tell them the truth. And they want to hear the truth. They're tired of hearing pat me bros. I promise you, Pat. They're tired of hearing pat me bros. I'm I'm not joking I'm not joking with you. They are tired of hearing men like you. They want to hear somebody, they want to hear a man, they want to hear somebody like Shannon say, nah, you know that shit y'all been telling us that's been happening to y'all for fucking ever. I see it too.
Bro,
which is the truth.
When you become famous, because you're on track, bro. You got people.
I know, Pat. I'm sorry. You got to stop talking about whatever you think was gonna happen, bro. I know you're jealous. I know you would like for people to like you as much as they like me. That's I know. I got you. That's something you need to unpack though. Okay. You don't let your jealousy, you let your jealousy blind you, and you let your jealousy make you look stupid.
I just live in my truth. I'm not fake. I'm not gonna tell people
in my.
Okay, I live in my truth. I'm 100% real. So I hope you get as much money as you can, man. But the grift is real, brother. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. I just go ahead.
I'm gonna go in a second, but fam, one, he said grift.
You don't even know what grift.
Like, haven't you been doing this since you hopped on here? I don't understand this. Women need to see a man challenge other men. Well, I ain't gonna say what the women need to do because I know they can get mad, but men need to challenge other men.
No, that's fair. Yeah.
On the stuff that they say, because we had too many clowns and coons getting on here saying the most egregious things, and then when you're citing statistics, you're not quantifying the statistics, you're not bringing any balance on why it is that you're talking about like the stupid stuff they say. Oh, black women or just women in general got the most STDs, but yeah, the men not getting tested. So now, who the fuck?
Let's talk about who getting tested. Let's talk about.
So what now do we say? Like,
black women are the most medicated group of people in America. Yeah, because they go to the doctor and go get treated.
So what I wanted to say, like, bro, you far from Derrick Jaxn. Like, Derrick Jaxn never held alive where he challenged men, or at least had a balanced conversation with men. All he did was talk about himself and give the game away. That's not what you're doing. You already exposed that you were misogynistic, you were very red pill, you came out clean, and you've been on this way. If there was anything about you, it would have already came out. Now don't fuck up.
No, that's light work for me. That's why I be laughing. I'm like, y'all, I'm old, bro. I'm not no, you know what I'm saying? Like I got all my shit already done. It's worked out of me. I'm good to go. I'm old, nigga. I'm good. I'm an old man. I know I look young. I'm old though. I'm good.
Yeah, I was paying attention to that whole thing on YouTube. Just coming in to support. But like I said, he just hit me up whenever you got my number, and I'm gonna get your background right so you can. I'm gonna show you how to set a scene on OBS so you can have this exact same thing in the background. But man, keep doing your thing. I'm finna drop down.
I appreciate you, Shannon. Thanks, brother. Yeah, man. It's crazy out here. Hey, man, bang the Cash App one time, man. Let's keep the live alive. 264,000 likes. I love it. I love it. Are you not entertained? That was very entertaining for me. I had fun. I had a great time. Why he don't post his wife? Who? Who you talking about, Shannon or me? I'm not understanding. I'm very curious. My wife has been on the live with me. What do y'all? What's your claim? What you doing? She been live with me we was live for a couple hours actually. Appreciate you, Allie. Thanks for the Cash App. Yeah, that's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. Y'all got to come a little harder than that. We gonna block that account though. I think Crystal OG is a. I'm blocking all the weird accounts because y'all be flagging my ish. I'll be flagging my ish. So I got to block you. Venice, I appreciate you. Thanks for the Cash App. Who we got up in this thing, man? Let's see if we can get through a few more. Are you not entertained? That shit was cool. But look, hold on real quick. This is so interesting to me. So how many hours we been live? What time is it? It's 8. I've been live since 4:30. Right? About 4 hours. I've been live for about 4 hours. These men ain't came up with nothing yet. Y'all need to huddle up. Okay? My suggestion is 2 heads is better than 1, and 3 heads is better than 2, and 4 is better than 3. Y'all need to huddle up, get in a Discord, get behind the scenes, huddle up, and come up with something. Fight bike. Fight bike. This is too easy. We got something very special for you. You got to say pause after that. Look at this. Hold on. How do you? Oh, I'm tripping. Look at this. Appreciate you, Lavita. Thanks for the cash app. We got something very special for you. Just wait. No, you don't. No, you don't. Yvette, I appreciate you. No, you don't. I'll be in here all day waiting for y'all. I'll be in here all day. Why are y'all waiting? What are y'all waiting on? Like, what are y'all waiting on? If you got something special for me, what are you waiting on? You mean 2 years I've been on this app, the year I've been doing this, y'all can't come up with nothing, and now you got something for you don't. You don't. Let me save you the trouble. You don't. Okay. Bye. 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 We Matumbo blocking today. No. We Matumbo blocking today. We got something special for you. Who? Yeah, we using stock photos and everything. Not in my house. Who is OG? If the mods in here, y'all can invite these people up. I don't even know. I can't read all the comments. Invite the problems up. I want to talk to them. If they tap in, they could get to yapping. Go ahead, Vanity.
That was fascinating. That was exhilarating. Something. That was a thing.
It was something.
Way back in the however long ago, forever ago, when I used to come up on your live, when I was first into it, I used to always comment on the big problem being a problem with literacy. And I don't know if it's just a different sort. Actually, no, because I've seen some of these people on your main account, but it really is a matter of comprehension. There's really an issue. And, I don't usually like to plug other people on other people's lives, but the dudes in here, there's a young man on this app named James Oliver. He's been teaching himself to read I've been watching him for a couple of months now. And as he's learning and his vocabulary expands, you could actually see him gaining more emotional regulation. You could actually see him being able to comprehend things better. And it is a beautiful thing, just watching this young man blossom. As he's learning through reading, he's feeding his brain. You could see all the new neurons and everything like that connecting in his head. And it's lovely. Now, I know you all think I'm digging at you. I actually honestly am not. I actually want better for you all. Because when you all don't get better, to the rest of us. So it was kind of. But I really, really, really want you all to go ahead, learn some elocution, get a bigger vocabulary, expand your emotions and your thoughts and your brain and all the things that comes with being able to imbibe knowledge from a book. This is what I want for y'all. Once again, his name is James Oliver. You don't even have to let anybody know that you're reading. Go in and, watch his lives on your burners like you do on Public's lives. So nobody has to know that you are learning how to read. And, once you learn how to read and everything, and you'll be able to, deal with the shame a little bit more, you'll be a little less hysterical, a little less emotional, stop throwing tantrums in here. Because to this day, public has not been giving relationship advice to women. He's been talking to y'all. And I think you know that, why you keep throwing the tantrums. I think you are aware that he's talking to you about you. Because that man just sat up here for about a good half hour to 45 minutes crying, why won't you beat upon the women too? That was all he was saying.
Nasty work. Why don't you yell at the girls? Well, I think the women are doing fine. And it doesn't mean women are perfect, but I'm just saying. That's why I said he had a problem with the math. Because if women were actually a part of the problem, to any real extent, then they would be represented in the, you know what I'm saying? The numbers would represent that, right? Women make up 50% of the population. So they should, crime should be 50-50, 40, 49, 51, 45, 40, 55. I'll take 45, 55 in favor of it. Cool. Right. Now we got to address men and women. You want to talk about divorce rate. If 45, 50, 45, 40% of men are filing for divorce versus the 75% of women that are filing for divorce. Okay. Yeah, let's have that conversation. It's close, that would show me that, it's closer to, it's more equal. We got to talk about both sides, and there's probably some things going on and blah, 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 blah. That's on interpersonal level type shit. We don't, they don't want it. That's why he was saying when I started talking about systemic oppression, he said, I'm not talking about that. Of course not. Of course you don't want to talk about systemic oppression because you don't have a leg to stand on. Oh, I appreciate you. But if you want to talk about, I know that was super cool. But if you want to talk about systemic, but if you want to talk, but you want to talk about interpersonal relationships, you want to talk about women ain't perfect and women also be cheating and women also be da-da-da. That's fine, but they just don't do it as much as men. Women also commit crimes too. They just don't do it as much as men. They just don't do it as much. And when I say as much, it's really not even close. Men dwarf women when it comes to these things. So excuse me if I'm focused on the people who are causing the vast majority of harm. I'm sorry if you disagree with that approach. If you don't think that approach is the accurate approach, if you think I should take my time and focus on the group of people who are wildly underrepresented in these things, who are responsible for 10, 15, 18, 20% of the shit, but they make up 50% of the population. If you think I should go and talk to them and say, man, y'all are a part of y'all just as bad as these men or as close or blah, 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 then you just don't know how to do math and just say that. Just say you don't like math. You don't understand numbers. That's fine. But I'm going where the problems are. I appreciate you, Christina. I'm going where the problems are. That's it. I'm just going where the issues are. And that's why, so when I ask especially black men, when I ask you about John Brown and I ask you about abolitionists, have you ever heard an abolitionist say it goes both ways? Have you ever heard an abolitionist say, I got to talk to the black people just as much as I'm talking to the white people? I got to critique the black people just as much as I critique the white tea people. Is that what you hear them say? Or do you hear them say, white tea people, we got a fucking problem. We need to stop this shit. It's crazy. That's what they say. And when a white tea person who is stuck in the system and who is stuck in the cult of white tea-ness, who is stuck in the cult of white tea supremacy comes up, the pat me bro of white tea people, when they come up to that abolitionist and they go, hey, John Brown, I disagree. Why don't you hold these slaves accountable for the things that they do? I don't think John Brown entertained those conversations at all. He didn't seem like a man that would entertain those conversations that often to me. I don't know the man personally, right? But I just don't think he didn't seem like the type of man that would entertain those conversations and give them any credence. I think he would just say, that doesn't make any sense. We are the problem. We need to fix it. That's what I think. Any anti-racist white tea person would say the same thing. Any anybody that's talking about in the war, in the assault on the Gaza Strip, they're not talking about, well, I condemn Hamas. I do. They're not saying stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't, when they talk about what's going on in the Congo, they don't talk about the Congo revolutionaries or whatever. They're not like, oh man, they talk about they talk about they don't talk about the people that are being oppressed, the people that are mining, the miners, the children that are forced to mine. They're not talking about what they are doing. They're talking about the people who are making them do this at gunpoint. The people that are making them do this, or they don't get water, or they don't get food, or they don't have a hut or a house or a home or a domicile or whatever they need to live or to protect themselves. Like, that's who they're like. Who do you want me to talk to? Why do y'all want me to talk to people that are being abused? I don't understand. I really don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Go ahead, Vanity.
Yeah, so the last thing I wanted to say, another reason why reading is important is because it does expand your worldview. So you go from, like, your little hovel in your head to like a broader world. And because you keep talking about systemic systems, you're talking about broad-reaching global systems. And he keeps saying relationships. He has it at a crotch level understanding. And if we can't have a conversation at crotch level where you're also beating up on the women, he can't comprehend it, and he's windmilling and he's mad. And he's not the only one, like all of them. We're talking about, hey, across the globe, people are losing their rights to bodily autonomy. And they're saying, but what about me getting some? What about having submission? What about the nuclear family? And it's all they care about, what is going to deal with their crutch and nothing else.
That's facts. Hi, baby. My baby's standing here. I'm sorry. Distracted me. No, I 100% agree. They're just hyper fixated on getting their little pickles tickled. We know that. We know what it is. But yeah, Vanity, I appreciate you. I appreciate all your input as usual. I am gonna end the live soon, but yeah, I appreciate you coming up per the usual. Have a great night. Hey man, it's somebody. I can't wait till I figure out how to bring up people on YouTube. Y'all got real yappers. Y'all got real tappers on YouTube. We need to turn them into yappers. All you tappers on YouTube, we need to turn you into yappers. Y'all wilding. Y'all in them comments. Y'all in them comments tapping. Y'all know the deal. Y'all in there. Hey, if you want to tap, but you don't want to yap, go to YouTube. You safe over there. I ain't gonna even hold you. If you come over here, you not safe. I'm sniping. Thanks, Abby. I appreciate you. I'm sniping over here. Brothers and sisters, we sniping. We sniping over here. But hey, bang the cash out one time. Where we at? Oh, we almost at 300,000. Oh man. She can help. Okay. I appreciate y'all. I need to get that together. Swiper, no swiping. YouTube is where the real money at. Yeah. It is. Nah, I can't reset the live goal. I can't even get the money off of here. I don't even care about the money. That's why I said just bang the cash out. You ain't even got to do nothing. You can't even gift over here. These gifts, they don't even get scooped up. I don't got enough followers. I got to get to like 10,000 followers. Need to learn how to use that one. What you talking about? Bula doing a PSA. Okay. I gotta go. I gotta go eat dinner. I've been live for 3 hours and 27 minutes.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I just wanted everyone to know that the videos I put on Clubhub had to be archived because public was getting flagged. So we're trying to troubleshoot that right now. I'll probably start Instagram if you guys are interested in that. I'll start like an Instagram for Clubhub because I think a lot of us already have that.
That's facts.
Does it put a 1 if you want that? I don't know.
Put a in the sky if you. Yeah, we good. We gonna when we figure it out, we gonna I'm gonna put it in a link tree, Bula, so they can get there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I think Lux wants to know what happened. She was a little confused. She's said flagged question mark. Basically, he basically because I already uploaded some of his stuff, like some of his live. When he tried to upload it, it flagged him.
Yeah, it flagged me in the creator program. It said that it was like it's not original content because there might be content like this on the internet already or something like that. And I was like, oh, so
so we don't want that. So we'll probably use Club for like
announcements.
Mm-hmm. And if you have any questions, I can like pass it along to public, and then we could have another one like a fan page on Instagram.
Or what we could do is like when I go, like if I'm in another live or something, because I don't ever post that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And we could post those clips too. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. That's smart.
You know what I mean? So.
And then last thing.
Bad PR.
Actually, no, I don't remember. So thank you guys.
All right, Bula.
Have a good night, everyone.
Appreciate you. All right. I appreciate y'all. Hey, shout out to all my peoples on YouTube, man. Y'all was hey, the comments on YouTube be treacherous too. I don't know how that work. I don't know how that math be working, but the comments on YouTube be they was treacherous tonight too, from what I could tell. They was eating people up. But you already know on TikTok the comments be crazy. People be afraid. That was fun. We tried it. They didn't show up. A couple people did. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Washington, you are unblocked. I did not block you. I wanted to finish that conversation. That was a weird conversation. When you say YouTube, why would you say YouTube with the accent? YouTubes. I'll put an S at the end intentionally. Yeah, I saw Lux. Thank you. That was fun. Shout out to Lux. Lux she been putting in a lot of work on the Discord too. I appreciate that. Appreciate everybody that banged the Cash App. Y'all can bang the Cash App on the way out too. Don't be scared. We still here. I won't be back until next week on my main page. So we here for the next week. Fingers crossed I can make it a week on this page. Some of y'all need to verify y'all Discord pages yet. Some people still need to verify their Discord pages. I didn't block everybody yet. I was busy at work today, so I didn't get a chance to do it. I kicked a few people. A gentleman told me that he got booted, and he wasn't supposed to get. I mean, apparently he wasn't an op, but I went through it. I didn't really see anybody that looked suspicious, so I ain't gonna even hold you. I blocked most of the men because none of the men comment. So if you a man and you in there and you never comment, probably gonna get blocked. Appreciate you, Clarice. Probably gonna get blocked. Yeah, the main page got banned. That's why I'm on the backup. I'll be back on tomorrow in the morning, though. Right? Yeah, I closed some. Ooh, no, we going to the graduation. Never mind. My son graduating tomorrow. I'm promoting tomorrow from the 5th grade. So I will not see y'all tomorrow in the morning, but maybe at night when I get home from work. Maybe. Appreciate you, Priscilla. Appreciate all the new followers, all the old followers. Yeah, man. Appreciate everybody on YouTube. Y'all sub on the YouTube. Go watch the content on YouTube. Everything be up there. My wife be working overtime. She posting clips. She got the thumbnails crack-a-lacking. Appreciate you, Shannon. Shannon gonna help me out. He gonna help me get this my situation situated on YouTube. It's tacky right now. I don't like the way it look. I don't like the aesthetics. I don't like the vibes. So I got to fix the vibes over there. Yeah, man. Hey, haters come back tomorrow. We love y'all. Thanks, Hertz. Appreciate you. Shout out to all the graduates. Yeah, everybody kids that's promoting and graduating tomorrow or just finished out the school year. Appreciate y'all. Respect to y'all. We got through it. Another school year down. Shout out to the parents. We got to be strong. Our bikes got to be strong. It's crazy. Pat yourself on the back. It's crazy out here. These kids is wilding. Oh man, they wilding. Lauren, I appreciate the Cash App. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, man. Shout out to the hardworking parents, man. Putting in that work. It's crazy. These babies is crazy. The homeworks is getting ridiculous. Exactly. Hold on. I like that. Hold on. I like that. Both of your sons graduating high school. Damn, they twins? Or one graduating early or something like that? That's dope. Or they step? You got a step or something? Stepson? Either way, that's crazy. That's dope. Hell yeah. Bang the Cash App one time for the little ones on the way out. We going Red Lobster tomorrow. No, I'm just my babies don't eat that shit. Oh, one was held back. Okay. Two down, two to go. Look at y'all moving through the world. I want to be like y'all. I can't wait for these little niggas to get up out of high school. I'm just playing. I love them. I love them in elementary. Y'all ain't got to take your time. 4 down, 1 to go. God damn. God. Public, you should have played Free Yourself by Fantasia last night. I can't play the music no more, man. YouTube be tripping. I want all my content to be available to everybody. So Ocean done. Shout out to everybody that's done. Hey, congratulations. We used to go to Sizzler. Yeah, that used to be the go-to spot or Red Lobster when it was super special. But you know, my kids wouldn't dare. So yeah, that's why I'm not playing no more music. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all per the usual. Y'all know I fucks with you. And I want y'all to remember this. I cannot choose my audience. I can only choose my message. That's what I want y'all to walk away from this conversation. Remember it. I cannot choose my audience. I can only choose my message. That's it. That's all I got control over. I don't have control over my audience. That's it. I got my message and I love my message and I stand by my message like Frank like Denzel was stood by Blue Magic in American Gangster. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I stand by it. Frank Lucas, yeah. Like Frank Lucas stood by Blue Magic. Frank Gallagher. Who the hell is Frank Gallagher? That's crazy. But all right. Peace out on the YouTube streets. I got to end this live real quick. We got it up, man. It was about 180 people over there on the YouTubes. We was rocking out.